Shadows track, blades glass, the air shakes. Where's the line? What it takes? Muichiro in the mist, silent fury, iron twist. Hinokami burns tonight. Flames and mist ignite the fight. Hashira stand rise again. Demon cries meet their Sky shatters, stars bleed, thunder roars, hearts feed. Each breath a war cry. Will we live? Will we die? Shinobu's poison kiss, Rengoku's blazing fist. Hinokami burns tonight. Flames and mist ignite the fight. Hashira stand rise again. Demon cries meet their Hinokami burns tonight. Flames and mist ignite the fight. Hashira stand rise again. Demon cries meet their
Out here grinding, spotlight shining, neon lights flicker, levels climbing. Gaming grindhouse, the vibe electric, joystick magic, moves kinetic, coins clinking, dreams in my pocket, clock ticking, but I can't stop it. Controller in hand, call it my scepter. Fingers move fast, precision like a vector. Pixels explode, chaos in the frame. I score throne, crown in the game. Again, in the game, 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 in the game. I'm out here grinding at the gaming grindhouse, playing mash symphony hands, never time out. I'll grind it, shining, no rewinding. Out here grinding, my moment's blinding. Caffeine veins, I'm wired to the core. Enemies fall, their HP no more. Joystick warrior, reflexes supreme. Sweat drip slow, I'm chasing the dream. Glitch in the matrix, I'm the debug king. Every round a victory ring. Screams glow.
Yo, what's up, grinders? How you doing? We are back. Well, I'm somewhat back, and it's still getting over this thing, so I might have to mute for some coughing and sneezing, but I'm gonna get through this one. But how is everybody doing? I owed you the show. The grinders were knocking at the door, man, and trying to bring the goods to you guys. So get back into the swing of things, man. It's been a wild week. How's everybody doing in there? Let them know that I'm live. Yeah, it is a Friday at 2:00. People are like, what? Yep, the grindhouse is open. We're doing brunch. We're doing afternoon lunch. We're doing. So what's up, everybody? How you doing? Neil, Michael, Tio, Trauma, Buck, Roger, Veja, Stephen Leone, Neil Augusto, Campo Smurf, Bedja in the house, and Brigadier William Walbeast in the house. Mr. Tennis, how you doing? We're back to business, man. What's up? Man, oh man. So yeah, it's been a wild week. There was so much I wanted to do earlier in the week, and then I just got hit with sinuses, and man, it was just I felt like I was underwater. What's up, Nassim? How you doing, man? So I was just underwater. I couldn't even get through. What's up, Lady Gamer? So like I started to feel a little bit better. You know, I tried to do a stream. Man, but I felt the repercussions of that on Tuesday, and I was just like, oh. And then Thrifty was like, hey, you want to be on? I was like, you know what, I'll go on there a little bit, man. Again, that night I was like coughing craziness. Oh man, it was just not good. So I just took a break, and then I was like, you know what, I'll do Friday. We'll see how it does, especially in the afternoon, because you know at nighttime that's when your sinuses get all wild and stuff. So I was like, you know what, let's do this then in you know, when I'm feeling a little better in the day. So earlier today, it's Friday, it's a holiday weekend. So I hope everybody in the US at least, and I hope everybody is going to have some plans. But yeah, I got some stuff to talk about. There's a lot, and I might have to, carry this over until when we go to the next show. But one of the things that I definitely wanted to cover was we're gonna break it up into basically like 3 parts here. We'll do the Gamescom stuff, which is the ROG Ally X ROG,
where that box is in the
Phil
name of our brand.
Loves to shout out to Meg. That one's for Meg right there. Meg loves that quote. But that, and then I want my keyboard here, and then we'll see how we get through. And then wanted to talk about the big thing that went on this week, where the switching of sides and that Gears and Helldivers 2 both launched. I did stream some of Helldivers when I was fighting, with the head cold and stuff, and gave some of my impressions of what that ODST thing, the big thing that was announced for Helldivers, and also, what my impressions were of that. I also was able to play some Gears last night. And I'll give some impressions of that as well. For that, and then the third one, we're just going to be kind of open questions and just kind of get through things, and we'll see what we get to. I'll see how much my throat and stuff can carry, pause, and this whole thing with my nose and stuff like that. And I'm going to try to keep it not straining my voice too much on there, but I got to keep that energy though. We got things to talk about. So hit that like button, let them know that we're live and the Grindhouse is open, and we're gonna have some fun. So one of the first things that came out, and I think it's one of the biggest issues that has been carrying around, and I think it's so funny how quickly it's fun. I'm glad that I waited for this. So hit that like button, grinders. Subscribe if you're new. We hit 3,100 subscribers as well, by the way. Thank you again for all your support. And one of the things that I thought it's funny waiting for the waiting for what to see the kind of the fallout of what was going on with the Xbox ROG Ally X got hands-on at Gamescom. We did the Gamescom reaction last week with Jeff Keighley smuggling some grapes, but we saw the hands-on impressions of everything that was going on with the Xbox ROG Ally. People got their hands on. They did some videos of it showing it, what it does, and all the the hopes and dreams of what this thing was supposed to be, and what it actually is turning out to be. And if you were a watcher of the Gaming Grindhouse, then you know exactly what this thing was supposed to be. And it's just interesting watching these influences, these websites that just kind of be shocked about what its capabilities are, what it can't do. And I would just roll my head, maybe not too much because I was congested, but I was just shaking my head going, like, like this, for a lot of people, this is their job. Like, your job is to get flown out there and try new stuff. How are you that fooled and easily manipulated by PR marketing material? Because these people are acting shocked. They're like, it does not play the Xbox games from your console. It's like, why did you think that? Because Phil Spencer went out there and go, this is RLIX.
Box is in the name of our brand.
Because Phil said box is in the name of the brand, and this is Xbox. Like, you flew out to Germany, got your hands on this device, and was like, oh, it doesn't play Xbox games. Oh, shocking. Flew out all the way to Germany. And like bamboozled and bedazzled. Huh? What do you mean it don't play Xbox games? Yes, because it is a PC. Oh, but it's the Xbox OS. No, it's not. And what more people realize is that it is just the app on this screen. And listen, the shocking thing I go is people are like, this is something I really want to get. I really want to do. And it's just like, do you know that there are like 6 other devices that do the same exact thing? My impression of the hands-on, it was exactly what I thought. And what I felt was that it wasn't even enough for all the talking that they're doing about it. This whole integration of Windows and Xbox and this whole thing, it's not even close to what Steam Big Picture is. And you could see it right here. Like, it's not even close. It looks like you're moving, like, you know, if you took a controller and navigated a website with it, like, you're just basically moving the boxes around. Like, there's no kind of like UI interface that really makes this. It's just the app with controller support. And then they made the Xbox button, when you hold it down, do a basically alt tab with a nice fancy screen. And what they're trying to do is put apps and put things in this full screen experience where you don't need to go to the desktop. And one of the big revelations that came out from this handheld thing was this is the part that I was most interested in, was how the Xbox app works with Windows, because that is the most challenging thing that you have here, is that Windows sucks with 7-inch screens, 8-inch screens, even so. And the back and forth and the Windows updates and all the Office stuff that needs to load and it just interferes, and it's just a laptop on a small screen. And trying to play games on that, it is kind of annoying. And a lot of the developers, like a lot of the OEMs like Asus, actually did really well with Armory Crate to kind of mitigate a lot of the issues with Windows, with their front ends and their launches and their controls. Actually, Armory Crate was probably one of the better ones, better than the Legions and MSI Claw, which MSI Claw's software is rough. But the Asus actually had a good one. So the thing is that the Xbox app really is just removing startup processes. From what they gathered from the interview, what they were saying is that it removes startup processes, that the taskbar, the desktop background doesn't load in, and it launches right into the Xbox app, which is basically a launcher. Now, challenges have come up where if you need to get into desktop, you can. But then in order to get back into the Xbox app, it recommends that you restart the device so that it could make sure that those processes don't load. Or you could go back to the app and have the processes still run and take away some performance. So if you go to the desktop app, if you go to desktop mode for some reason, and then you got to go back, you got to restart Windows, restart the device. I don't know how that works with save states. I don't know if you're in a game and you happen to jump into desktop mode and then you want to jump back into the game and it wants you to restart to get the performance back. You got to restart it. And I went back and forth and I looked at what Steam OS does. And, you know, Steam does restart the OS and things like that. But this thing recommends that you restart the computer. So whether that's something you're going to fix or they allow you to do it and what the performance gains are, people have not even seen. They're saying in their estimates, they get about 2 gigabytes of memory back. That's what they've seen with the Windows Xbox app. About 2 gigs of memory. That's their estimates. We have yet to see the performance of what the gains are going to be, because that's the whole point of this, because this software is rolled out to everything right now. This software is going to be rolled out to all Windows handhelds. Legion Go's, Legion Go 2s, MSI Claws, all those things are going to get the same app. It's an update. And it's an experience to boot up directly into the app for handhelds. But the whole premiere of this device coming out is that this is the first to demonstrate this Xbox app. And the fact that these things are not unique to this device because they're going to be capable of a software update of everything else, it is just kind of like strange that they don't just kind of partner with this and they're calling it their Xbox. And one of the biggest, craziest things is that it is a PC. And it does not play your 350 Xbox library of games. And I don't know, and again, I don't know what it doesn't have quick resume, which is a feature. It doesn't have quick resume where you could have a bunch of games open at once and just kind of resume them, or keeps them in a save state. It's really just a glorified Xbox app, and it's not even close to Steam Big Picture. So I was a little disappointed as to the progress that they made with this app, considering how revolutionary and integrating with Asus and the Windows team was closer than they ever been before. And just seeing that, oh, it is just the Xbox app with a couple of new boot up things. So I was disappointed in the integration, what they're doing. I knew it wasn't going to be an OS, but I thought they were going to be a lot more aggressive with it. And a lot of the things that came out of Gamescom were this. And I'm going to put the guy's video. This guy follows all PC stuff and handhelds, and he has some questions, and there's no glaze in here. And I wanted to share his video of the tough questions. Is this an Xbox? And he has some real crazy questions, and you could get a sense of what the motif is, right? You'll hear it, and we'll pick it out as we go through it. But hit that like button, grinders. Listen to what we see here. Thank you. What's up, Chocolate Dream Stream?
Back from taking a look at the Xbox Ally and the Xbox
Ally. Yo, look who it is. Oh, man, look who it is. There he is. Gaming Gandalf. He's back.
Great ass.
He was out there. Great. There they are. There he is. Well, it's been a while. It's been a while. Well, where are you hiding? Well, where are you hiding over here? Oh, man. There he is. There he is.
With Xbox and Asus at Gamescom, there's a few things that we have to talk about, but it remains to be seen how well this actually works in practice. For instance, when I had on the Xbox Ally, which is using what is really the Steam Deck's Van Gogh processor, it's a Z2A chip.
And that's the other thing, you Steam Deck's Van Gogh processor. So the white version of the Xbox ROG Ally is weak, and then the X has the Z2 chip.
Seeing good power optimization notifications in real time. Now, while the system itself was set to 17 watt, it automatically downclocked itself to only using around 7 watt total system power. And what's nice here is that we are pushing closer to 110 FPS, which means that while it's pushing this high frame rate, which is going to be taxing on the
And he's playing Balaltro, by the way. You play it on your phone.
CPU a lot, we are still using very little power. It goes around on screen, and it does not seem inside of the Xbox full screen experience that is...
You can't move the stuff so
and
far.
It's possible that whatever Microsoft is doing to minimize what's going on, that it is interfering with whatever you're touching. Effectively, you only have the touch input, which will act as a mouse. So that could just be early production stuff. We don't yet know. We'll be able to get more information as we get closer to release, which is October 16th. And the last cool thing that I like is that they also are using the touchscreen for swipe gestures, so you don't necessarily have to use any of the controller functions, and especially for like third-party systems, if you don't have buttons that would be bringing up the Xbox game bar or anything else, you can actually just instantiate this. So from swiping from the left, this will bring up the Xbox game bar. Swiping from the bottom is that Alt Tab, that new Alt Tab interface, and swiping from the right brings up your notification bar. So these are really cool. I think that how they are implementing this is intuitive. So that is really good. Now we have to get into some of the questions that are going to be a little bit more technical. So one of the questions I asked is, in the Xbox experience, does
There you go, Veggie. Multi-monitoring work. All right? This is docking it. Hear this.
monitor work? And unfortunately, the answer is at launch, answer is no. And effectively, it only mirrors what is on the screen. So what that means to you is that when you're in the Xbox full screen experience, that you're not going to get the performance improvements that you're getting there with the reduction in memory or anything. So that is something to be mindful of, is that if you wanted to be in the Xbox full screen experience and you wanted to use multi-monitor on launch, at least for the ROG Xbox and the Xbox ROG Ally X, that it will not support multi-monitor inside of the Xbox full screen mode. You'll have to go to the regular Windows desktop to get multi-monitor. This one was pretty big.
Yeah. So multi-monitor does not work. So you can't have it only output to your TV, like just export to screen 2. You're going to have this thing running on its screen and on the TV at the same time in the console-friendly full screen experience. And notice what he said a number of times, not at launch. Well, those are going to be common words as we go through this, as you would expect, right?
Are there any sleep resume improvements? Now, one thing to note is that the Z2A supports S3 sleep, and the Z2E just uses modern standby. So they actually...
The Z2E is the more powerful one. That just does modern Windows standby. The other one's like a Steam Deck, the white one, which is weaker. The Z2E, which is the black one, that one just does regular standby, like put your laptop to sleep.
They differ in how they handle sleep modes. Now, both of those modes, especially modern standby, which we actually care about more because it's the worst of the sleep modes that are available in Windows, that they have effectively said that they are fine-tuning a lot of work with regard to what modes and power optimizations are done in each stage of its sleep stage. So it sounds like they're trying to do as best as they can inside of that new modern sleep, but overall, it still sounds like it's not going to be fantastic. Effectively, what you're going to be doing, because the Xbox controller, or any controller, is now a first-class citizen, a first-class input, what that means is that you should be able to have your ROG Xbox or ROG Xbox Ally X docked to your TV and then being able to wake it from sleep. Now, unfortunately, at launch, this doesn't look like it'll be the case. And specifically, it won't even be the case for many Bluetooth controllers, Bluetooth chipsets that just flat out don't support it. If you are looking to be able to wake your system, you're actually going to need the Xbox One adapter to it to be able to get this working correctly. So on the outset, while the controller is a better input, it doesn't look from the beginning that we're going to have that seamless console experience that you'll have for couch gaming. Another question.
But
Where that box is in the name of
But it's an Xbox. Phil Spencer.
Where that box is in the name of our brand.
We can't turn this thing on with a remote.
I I mean,
And it doesn't look like it's ever going to come.
Look at the
Don't you? We got to keep going.
Question I asked is that since the controller is a first-class input now, one of the things that happens is that sometimes when you have some...
Now, this part, let me explain to you. When you use a controller on these handhelds, use a controller, when you go into desktop mode and it's not in a gamepad mode, the controller emulates the mouse because there's no touchpad on these like a Steam Deck has. So the analog stick will mimic the mouse so you can make these selections. And it does help because it does help you because then, you know, when you get these pop-ups, oh, like, do you want it to access your internet or things like that? It's nice to just have the mouse move and you could just select what you want to do. So emulating the desktop with the analog stick being a controller is a seamless way of keeping your hands on the controller. And when you go into those desktop modes that you have to, that it emulates the mouse. So let's see how Microsoft does it with their Xbox.
where that box is in the name of our brand.
type of challenge that is presented to you on the screen that if you just have a controller, you don't have the necessary input available to actually answer that challenge or prompt that you get on the screen. So what Armory Crate has done or other types of vendor OEM type of implementations.
First off, wait, I just want to go back to the tapes grinders. Look at that responsiveness of the screen right here. He is clicking on row real-time monitor. Let me see.
Crate has done or other types of vendor OEM.
Wait a second, I gotta see something.
Answer that challenge or prompt that you get on the screen. So what?
Look at that
Armory
responsiveness.
Crate has done to actually
Look at how delayed it is.
answer that challenge.
Look, square.
or
He
prompt
hits it
that you get on the
again.
screen.
Wait,
So
off,
what
minimal,
Armory Crate has
row.
done or other types of vendor OEM type of implementations is that you can enter a desktop mode, which is mouse emulation for the controllers themselves. It looks like Microsoft has no plans at the current moment, and especially at launch, to offer any mouse emulation mode by default. So that will only be available through the OEM, like Asus's Armory Crate or any other OEM will have to provide this functionality. It will not, at launch, have this functionality by Microsoft themselves. Another question.
So that means if you do go to desktop mode, right? And I'll wait till you get to the good part. You think we're done. No. We're just getting rolled on into here. Hit that like button, grinders. When you got to go into desktop mode, the controller is going to be dead to you. It's not going to emulate the mouse. You're going to have to actually plug in a mouse or use touchscreen. Well, that's going to work great if your device don't have a touchscreen, if they plan to roll this out to you know, you want to sit back on a couch. Dude, that's the biggest problem. When I plug in my computer to my TV, you know, I have to have a wireless keyboard and mouse there for those crazy moments when it goes into desktop mode and when I got to move a file somewhere to get something to work. Or, hey, why is this game glitching like this? Oh, you got to patch it with this shit. Like, you know, all this crazy Windows stuff. It always defaults back to a mouse and keyboard. And having emulation with the controller mitigates some of it. Michael Meridian with the 5. He goes, Jez, this is Series S false advertising all over again. Dude, I know. And that's why we got to call this stuff out. Because notice how quickly the ROG, they didn't even announce the price of this thing. They did announce a release date with no price. You couldn't even pre-order it out of here. But we're going to keep cooking here, Michael. We're going to keep cooking here because this is exactly the marketing bull that when this thing was announced. And the people went in there going like, oh, it's an Xbox. It's an Xbox because Phil said it.
Where that box is in
Our Xbox. Our Xbox. Yo. Wait, it gets better. Here, we keep going.
I asked is some PC games anticipate.
So because of this lack of emulation, some PC games don't work if a keyboard and mouse is not detected. So does Microsoft and Xbox have a fix for this? Since they are not emulating a mouse and keyboard at launch with their system, there are some games that will not work if they do not detect a mouse and keyboard because they have some sort of pop-up or some sort of requirement that you got to use keyboard and mouse before attaching the controller. He tells you. Let's hear their answer.
The this actually operating like a PC. So it should see that there's a mouse connected and a keyboard connected. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like from a launch that Microsoft has any means of combating this in a desktop console-like experience. So if you don't have a keyboard and mouse plugged in, and games like Nier Automata or Max Payne 3, which require some type of keyboard or mouse input plugged in from that game's perspective, there is nothing that will satisfy that requirement, and you will not be able to continue that game unless you install some third-party app that is outside of what Microsoft is going to be providing. So unfortunately, that doesn't look like there's a solve for that at the current moment either.
But it's an Xbox.
Where the box is
What do you mean? I gotta add third party software to emulate a keyboard and mouse to trick a game so I can play it. What is this shit? Veggie says, dude. This is an Xbox. What are you talking about, Veggie? This is an Xbox. But you have to get some third-party software to trick it to think that it's a keyboard. Who knows? Phil. Dude, this sounds like
I'd have to go back.
Dude, this guy asked all the questions, and Gaming Gandalf was like, he couldn't say. He must have had a voice box on him going. Gaming Gandalf must have stood there. It was just like. This is what he must have looked like. Dude, this is what that dude must have looked like the whole interview. So what am I supposed to do with these games? He gave him that face.
Where the box is in the name of the brand.
Yo, that was the guy. This is what the interview looked like. He looked like this. He goes, so what about these games like Max Payne and Nier Automata that I can't play? And the guy's like, I think not at launch. Dude, how many times has he said not at launch? How many times have he said not at launch? Grinders, how many times have we heard not at launch? Not at launch. We're learning. We're thinking. This is not no $200 experiment. This is could be $1,000 device that you're just like, I think you could play Balatro on it. Get the fuck Balatro. Yeah, we're gonna play some Silk Song. This shit runs on a Switch. This is $1,000 Z2 Extreme adaptive triggers. They were Sarah Bond, the lovely Sarah Bond, was going around going like the juicy things. Dreams are made of this. I don't know. She was talking about we fabricated we manifested the reality of this glazing. I don't know. Sarah Bond was putting out adjectives. We didn't know what the hell she was talking about. Talking about some Phil's nipples were going crazy. I don't know what the hell was going on, but it was wild shit. And then what they did was put a sticker and a button on Asus ROG Ally, and they couldn't even make it a circle because Asus said, "Hell no, we don't do circles." But man, Sarah Bond made this look like it was like Adam and Eve meeting in the forest. Oh, we're one family now. Oh man, we sat with Asus when it was a dream-like glazing fest and imaginatory and playing your games on devices like this is unbelievable. Yo, she was talking some crazy fucking some crazy dreamscape shit. I don't know what was going down, but Sarah Bond made this look like it was like it was like what's her name getting married. It was like, holy shit. It was like Taylor Swift getting, oh man, this is like, imagine I couldn't even dream about an Asus button, getting an Xbox button on this shit. Dude, Sarah Bond was like, she was on some shrooms when she was talking some crazy shit, Sarah.
When we launched Game Pass, some people freaked out. They were worried it was going to destroy sales, make it impossible for developers to make money.
Still learning. And now let's go. Let's continue with this, with the reality of it. It's a shambles. Chocolate Dream Streams. It's a shambles, dude. You wonder why that Asus ROG Ally X. Everybody stopped talking about it real quick on Monday and Tuesday. All of a sudden, I got a head cold, and ever sudden that Asus box, ROG Ally X. Everybody's like, "Yeah, I don't talk about that anymore." Man, when Phil pulled that out of his ass in June, man, they were talking about this thing like, "Yo, I'm trading in everything to get this." After Gamescom, they're like,
This is another question that I had was if we were thinking about it through Gamescope. Gamescope is a fantastic microcompositor for SteamOS. And has there been any improvements, or is there a different compositor that Microsoft is using for Windows in the Xbox full screen experience?
Now, a compositor would be something where this is like a special wrap or something that a special launch situation to optimize the games, like similar to an OS type thing, a compositor, like a launcher type thing that's going to optimize that it's launching a game. You know, this is a gaming system. This is a box. This is an Xbox. This is an Xbox. This should be like optimized for game launching, right? Let's see what they had. Let's see what Mr. Gaming Gandalf had to say about this one.
The answer is no. It is the exact same desktop Windows manager that Windows already uses. So whatever features and functionality that has is the exact same that is going to be happening for the Xbox full screen experience, which I feel is a little unfortunate because I feel like this would have been a perfect opportunity to incorporate some Gamescope-like functionality in another compositor. But at the moment, that's what we have, so it is what it is. And
it's just Windows. Oh shit! If I wasn't congested, man.
Like zoinks.
Oh, it's some bullshit. Yo, this will be like so. I mean, it's not optimized to launch like a special compositor to launch games in a nice environment to make sure that they're optimized and have. Nope, this is just Windows doing its shit. And no, exactly, BB. And no. No, you thought this was going to be something special? You think this is really going to be about gaming? Fuck no, this is not about gaming at all. This is about some...
Where that box is in.
This is about some way to get some Janky Jones pancakes out there again. This is some bull. This is a marketing facade. And I am sure Gaming Gandalf is like, who invited this guy? He's not invited anymore. We need Paris out here who just smiles next to our shit and everybody likes it. We don't want this dude. You don't see, this is the problem that Microsoft is facing. And I mentioned this before. I watched this guy a lot when I wanted my 1X player, when I got the MSI Claude. This channel is awesome. And that's why I put the link to his video. He covers all the computer devices. Like, you're dealing with computer dudes. Like, this is what you don't know. Dudettes. You're dealing with computer people. You're dealing with ETA Prime. You're dealing with him. You're dealing with people that know ins and outs of Windows probably better than you do. So these guys, when they get a hand on this Xbox, they're going to rip this shit apart. They're going to put Steam on it. You're dealing with PC people. You're not dealing with some glazes that are going to take you out there and you take them out and give them a cup of coffee and you sit around there and grab ass with Aaron Greenberg and they're devoted to you making their channels about you. These guys don't do that shit. They probably hate Windows and they try to fix it themselves. This is the new crew that you're dealing with. Xbox. You're not dealing with a bunch of community members that you go out there and say, look at this, guys. I'm going to give you an Xbox pin and we're going to buy you cups of coffee and Phil's going to make you pancakes. And those guys are like, I love you. I'm going to devote my channel to you and free shit. These are not cults. These PC guys are going to rip this shit apart. And you better be ready for it. And I think is not going to go past them because they know what's available. So get ready. Because when this ROG Ally X gets out there to the PC guys that I watch, you get these questions. I'm telling you, Gaming Gandalf, that whole trip, he's like, who invited this guy? This is the picture that he must have. He goes, holy shit, yo, that Gaming Gandalf guy. He had a long-ass beard, smelled like shit. But, man, that guy didn't know anything. He's like, well, we're thinking about it. We're going to get the feed. We'll figure it out. Yo, who invited this guy? He goes, where's Paris? Let him take a picture with the green screen. We like him. He don't ask any questions. He goes, he walks the line. These other guys, these PC guys are not going to do this shit. You came out there going, you're trying to fix the problems that they've been dealing with all these years. You come out there and you show this shit. They're going to destroy this thing. So you better get used to be making that face, Gaming Gandalf. Because you guys Marketing's catching up to your ass. He's like, compositors. Who? Did you check out the coffee? We put an Xbox symbol in the froth. Did you see that? He's like, no. Do you have compositors with this? Gaming game. I was like, who? Compositors? He goes, we do have coffee down the street. No, I don't want Xbox coffee. He's like, yo, did you see we have Xbox cotton candy and we're doing tattoos over there? He goes, no. Do you have compositors for this thing? I think. I don't know. I think. He goes, did you check out the cotton candy that we're giving away for free down in the booth? It's like, dude. Paris is there with the cotton candy and the ice cream going, Xbox! This guy's asking about compositors. He's like, yeah, you got compositors and full screen experiences. And then, Gaming Gandalf is like, oh, shit, who invited this guy? He goes, this guy, did you happen to see that we're giving out tattoos down the hall? I don't want no Xbox tattoo. No. How did this guy get through? But they're supposed to be Gaming Gandalf is like, before they come to me, they need to be fully glazed. At Gamescom, before they come to me and talk about my Xbox ROG Ally X, Gaming Gandalf comes out there. He goes, in his policy, Gaming Gandalf comes out there. He goes, in my policy, before they come to me and ask me questions about this Xbox ROG Ally, they need to be fully glazed. They got to be coming. I want to see them. When I see them show up to me at the booth, I want to make sure that they're fully glazed. They got to be rolling in like this. All right? This is who I want to talk to. So get me Colt. Get me Paris. Get me Bootleg Jez. They need to be fully glazed by the time they come to me and ask me questions. That means that they walk the line. What do you mean? That means that they pick up the Xbox coffee. They make sure they get the branded Xbox tattoo station. I want to make sure that they get the Xbox ice cream. Let them do a little bit of climbing on the Xbox wall that we got over here. Make sure that Phil Spencer meets and greets them. They have a full cup of coffee. I want them fully glazed. By the time they get to me at the Xbox ROG Ally, they gotta be dripping and icing. That's right, Curse Game. They gotta be fully glazed. They can't be coming to me with questions about compositors and full screen emulation with mouse, keyboard, and shit. No, this guy came to me and said, we can't play Nier Automata on this thing. This man got through the glazing factory. Make sure to take pictures with all the anime. We got Phil Spencer doing some cosplay. Make sure to take a picture with him. We want everybody fully glazed by the time they turn to this Xbox ROG Ally. All right?
Box is in the name.
They need to be showing up to me looking like that on the left. Xbox glaze, and then I'll answer the questions. I want them oohing and ahhing over this thing. we need more glitter. We need the glitter. Did Aaron Greenberg dance in front of them? Did they make sure? We need to send this man back. This man has to get a tramp stamp. We need to make sure that he gets fed. Did you show him the buffet? Did you show him the buffet? We need to have him in there. This man came through here asking real questions. Who let this man through? He's like, dude, I'm not getting glazed. He don't know Xbox glaze. He goes, I need the people that are going to come here and just glaze over this. Get Bootleg Jez in here. Bootleg Jez will come in here. He'll fix up everything. Get the bootleg in here. He'll spread the message. This guy skipped the line. He skipped the Xbox ice cream.
V2E specifically because it has an NPU. One of the features that they've had, which was
the NPU. Here comes the AI. The AI. Yeah. Did they try out Dusty Bin's cookies over there? He has a cookie stand over there. Did we make sure Dusty Bin was at Gamescom handing out cookies? Did they sample how did this guy get through and ask me the hard questions?
More for the Snapdragon Windows on ARM side is a functionality called Auto SR. And this uses the NPU to do...
Oh, the NPU. There we go. Oh, shit.
Now, unfortunately, the NPU is outside of the stack insofar as the APU is concerned in that graphics stack. So what you have to do is basically finish the frame and then send it off to the NPU as a post-process application that happens on that finished frame. The end result being is while the NPU can do a fairly good upscaled image, that it will have a tax. There are going to be
game over Cholo.
15 millisecond render time on top of that to actually get that working. So in many games, this is just not going to be worthwhile to use. If it's a game that is not very interactive,
The NPUs.
this would be something that you could use. But one area where this would be helpful is if you were going to be doing to a 4K full screen output, using the NPU to upscale to 4K will give you a
I'm assuming not at
better
launch.
overall image quality result from a lower resolution. It's going to be a
Man,
give
they're
or
like, who
take
let this guy
insofar
through?
as where this actually works or how this is going to be implemented. It remains to be seen if this is worthwhile or not. Okay, so this one is actually important. Is there a different scheduler used when in the Xbox full screen experience mode? And the answer is no, but there's a mixed answer here, is that they are indeed looking at improving the memory management and the Windows scheduler as well. This applies more to just general Windows. They are mindful of it, and they have a lot of eyes looking at it.
Oh man.
But wasn't the perfect answer that I was looking for, and I really hope that they spend a considerable amount of effort.
Wait, here's the next one. So these guys, here's the next one. See, again, not at launch. The next one is like, so when you watch people playing PC games, they have the the frame rate, the GPU power, the CPU power. You use that from RivaTuner, which it is a universal system that a lot of people use, the application that you put on that basically tells you all your PC specs as you're playing to capture frame rates and capture like what's going on, right? Does it work in Xbox full screen experience?
Or Afterburner or anything else that will be showing up on the screen? And the answer that I got was no.
Oh.
So inside of the
Ouch.
Xbox full screen experience, drawing things on the screen, there is not a lot of allowance. And maybe this also applies to actually touching the screen and moving around on-screen elements like on Armory Crate doesn't work as well. That could be part and parcel with the whole thing. But at the moment, using any type of HUD outside of what is from Armory Crate or otherwise does not seem to be available, at least right now. So that is a bit unfortunate. Another question.
There we go. Yeah, MSI Afterburner. With that one, yeah.
Question I asked is, can we install games from other launchers like Steam?
Oh, here we go. This is the thing that everybody, their nipples turn out like this. Can we install games from other launchers directly in the Xbox full screen experience? This is the dream, right? This is the dream. Let's see. Because this is launch Steam from the Xbox app. Oh, here we go. Let's see.
Or GOG while we're in the Xbox full screen experience? And the answer is, unfortunately, no. It operates like how the Xbox app operates now. So that's kind of not a great solution. It operates like how Steam Deck does now. So you have to go out into the desktop experience for Steam OS and then install games and then put them into work inside of the game mode, inside of Gamescom for the Steam Deck. So it operates in a similar manner, but it just feels like a half measure, honestly. So not the best situation. I think I would really love it if they could figure out some means of installing the games when you're already in the Xbox full screen experience, especially if you think about it from a couch gaming perspective. You don't really want to be going to the desktop if you have to use a controller, especially if there's no mouse emulation mode. When you're in the desktop experience, you're going to need a keyboard and mouse. So there's a weird imbalance here, and it seems like it's really just focused more from a handheld experience rather than using it as a console on your couch. Another question I asked is,
they're trying to make it where you got to touch the screen. But see, this is the thing. Like, you need Epic. Welcome, Trisha J. Havoc, to a VIP grinder. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Appreciate it to the VIP. So you see, like, this whole console fight experience, it's not what it needs to be. And the problem is that they really need to work with Steam. Like, basically, they need to launch Steam Big Picture and have that, like, they need to, an Epic Store. Forget, Epic Store is trash, man. Epic Store does not use any good controller input at all. GOG doesn't do it either. Like, these storefronts are made for keyboard and mouse. So if you're not emulating that, do you need to go to desktop mode? They're saying now with this app thing that you're actually, basically, you could launch these applications, but do those applications seamlessly work with the controller that you have in your hand? And the answer is no. And you got to go into desktop to install them and then go to Windows thing to scan them. This does not seem like and remember, this, why are we continuing to talk about this is because this is the whole sales pitch to this device. Because currently, that's the bullshit that we got to do with all our handhelds that have Windows on it. Go to the stores, log in, click on the screen with your fingers, go into a keyboard and mouse mode, install the game, then the launcher will do it. Play Night I use to do it. But this is the thing that's supposed to be the unique aspect of this device, why it's called R Ally X R.
Is in the name of our brand.
He pulled it out of his ass. R Xbox Ally R. This is the point. And we're doing Xbox Experience, Xbox, where the app, and we're integrating, and this is it. This is the uniqueness of why it's their Xbox. This is their handheld. I didn't pull it out my ass. Phil Spencer went on stage and pulled it out of his ass, going, our new hardware, our Xbox. Well, this don't sound like anything that an Xbox does. Get ready for the humdinger. We got some hum. Hey, Aaron's here.
Hey, Aaron, where are you? Where is Aaron right now?
His nuts a little scrunched up right now, Aaron. He heard about a PlayStation handheld. He's like, uh-oh, my Switch is about to be trash. Oh, shit, Aaron. He heard about a PlayStation handheld, and he's coming in here trying to damage control, Aaron. Go play with your bananas. Go play with the bananas, Aaron. Donkey Kong needs his bananas fluffed.
Does VR work in the Xbox?
Oh,
Experience?
VR!
And if you've already installed it outside of there, yes, it does. So if Steam VR needs to open up, that will also automatically.
You got to go to Steam and do this shit.
So nothing stops there if you're inside the Xbox.
Uh-oh, Phil's about to throw him in the car. Dude, the Phil Ness van is behind them. They're going to throw this guy in the van.
And you want to do that, yes, you can. You can.
They're like, yo, this guy talking too much. Put him in the van. Phil Spencer, make him go away. Make this guy go away.
Obviously, anything that has a prerequisite to run.
Oh, here comes the... Yo, dude, watch the van behind you.
Where the box is in the name of our
Watch
brand.
it. They're gonna see this. Watch, he disappears at the end of the video. You don't know where he goes. One of those vans pick him up. Like, sir needs to be reglazed. Sir, how did this man get out of our convention? And how does this man get out here deglazed over here? We got to, yo, watch these vans. Be careful. You got to keep an eye on it. As this video gets wild, you got to watch these vans. Somebody jumps out. He just disappears and the video ends. I don't know what happens. I think they got him. They go, yo, who let this man out of the convention? He didn't get glazed enough. We gotta make sure that he's dripping. he gotta be dripping. This man got out of the convention and he's making fact videos. He's talking about the facts. We got yo, watch these vans. Watch what happens.
Nothing is forcibly.
Watch it stopping.
Out. And then, obviously, will the full screen experience come to PC? And basically, the answer is not yet, and there is no ETA for when that will come out.
Yeah,
so those
holding
are the
on that
questions
one.
that I asked. I think that they're going forward in a good first step. There are some things that I feel like, especially from the handheld scene, that they're not fully answering these questions. And we'll see how this all bakes out as we get closer to launch. Hopefully, I can get a review unit a few weeks before the release date. So
get it.
Give you guys all the benchmarks and
you about to roast this thing,
especially with the Steam Deck and the older Ally. And
that's
Ally
right. You compare it to the other things that are out there. Get ready. They're already doing it.
X to give you a good idea of how these
watch those people in the background
and how they look and if it's going to be worth your money. With regards to the price for these things, the leaked. What Best Buy had shown initially was that the
they still haven't confirmed the price of this thing.
Effectively, the Steam Deck version was $550, which honestly is a really aggressive price, as well as the Z2E version, which we had at $900.
Woof. So let me just explain. Before the price, we don't know yet, but we know that the price is going to be a thing. Like, it is definitely going to be up there. But one of the things that I just wanted to do, now that we went through the reality of what this full screen experience is, and it's exactly what I spoke about. What it is, it's just the app overlay, and they got a lot of work to do. And one of the things that you got to really think about, and this is the thing that when I watched this video, this was the thing that really, it makes you really go crazy. 100 people in here, hit that like button, grinders. I know it's a different time right today, but we got to go live and talk about this. This is Microsoft fighting Microsoft. This is Xbox versus Windows, the same company. This is not a third party trying to optimize. This is Xbox, Microsoft Xbox, and Microsoft Windows trying to make an app work in their operating system. This is the same company. This is the same company. And if they are unable to do it, well, it doesn't work. Full screen doesn't turn this off. You got to reboot the device. Oh, we're not emulating the mouse. We're not doing this. We're not going to have the moving. Like, they are fighting against themselves. And I really can't wait to see what real processes they are even turning off in this. But what's crazy is that this is not like a third party trying to work with Windows and like, oh, we're going to try to make it work and well, let's turn this off. This is Windows. This is employees. This is the same company that can't get together and make this work better for us. But they're going to charge $1,000 to figure it out. Say, I think, and we're going to sort it out over time. That is the most craziest thing. They can't sort it out themselves. How could they not just make this app just work? But they're not. Instead, they're fighting amongst themselves. They're like, well, that process and this one, and we're not going to allow this, and we're not emulating this, and we're not going to have a custom launcher for this. All these conflicts is Windows fighting Windows. And like I told you, Windows is the key. They are not going to change it. We've already seen this with Windows touch and tablet modes. They are not compromising Windows for some Xbox app. They are not compromising Windows for touch because that's their moneymaker. If they affect Windows, their enterprise goes to the shit because they just have one operating system. And they're not going to compromise it. So what they do is they try to be the Walmart of everything. Well, we're not an electronics store, but we'll put a couple of DVDs in the front. But Microsoft Windows is Walmart. It's basically a shit show. With a couple of departments. Well, there's our Xbox department. Put a couple of games over there. We'll call it gaming. Windows, Walmart just works. They're not going to knock down the Walmart and bring up like a real electronics gaming store and then Walmart sits over there. No, they're just going to try to throw round pegs into square holes. And that's exactly what this is. And the craziest part about this Windows handheld, this Xbox handheld, is like they have an OS that does all this and more. Installs from stores, has an overlay with your friends list, doesn't need another app. You could install games from storefronts. You could quick resume. You could close games out. You could capture pictures, all with a controller-friendly environment. What is insane is that the Xbox, the console that's sitting right there under your shelf, does all this and is optimized for a controller. No emulation of keyboard and mouse needed. The operating system, the whole thing is sitting right there. But they are trying to take an Xbox app from the Windows Store and pull some horse shit within Windows. Why reinvent the wheel and fight with that when you got a controller-friendly, controller-first, whole-ass gaming-focused interface with your Xbox console sitting right there? All the people would want... Hell, it works for the PlayStation Portal. The PlayStation Portal didn't need to fight with a new interface, dude, because it's streaming the controller-friendly interface from your PlayStation. That's why the Portal just works, because it's using the emulation and streaming from the console, which is a controller-first, sit back on your couch experience. And that's all people want from a Windows Xbox handheld, is just give me the Xbox operating system over here. But the problem lies with the games. That's the problem there. The problem is that the games are not being made for Windows Store. And they don't want to bring the Xbox OS to PC because that is going to require developer support to make specifically for their device. And their device is not selling, so developer support, they're fighting for their life to get more devs to continue to develop for Xbox. And who knows what this future is if it even shuns away more developers from making Xbox third, like we'll do that after we sell our game, which we're seeing. It's crazy. You have an Xbox OS sitting there and you're here trying to make an Xbox app do something and not even close. And you're fighting with your own self. Insane. But you wonder why the deglazing and all that stuff. Nobody really talked about once they got their hands on it, that was about it. Everybody's like, oh yeah, well, it's just a PC. It's what it is, and that's what it does, and that's what it does. There's really nothing more to say about it. It doesn't play your Xbox games, but you're calling it an Xbox. Yeah, Gozo Yotai went gold as well. And more from Xbox On. Here they go.
Console games natively. But perhaps the biggest news this week is that Microsoft has confirmed that these Xbox handhelds won't play Xbox console games natively. What does that mean? Well, a lot of people, us included, had assumed that there would be a translation layer that would let you bring your entire digital Xbox collection with you and play those games on, for example, an aeroplane. Now, Microsoft has revealed that actually, unless the game is specifically a Play Anywhere title that has a PC version, the only way to play your Xbox console games, let alone any backward compatible titles, is via cloud streaming. That is to say, those particular Xbox games won't be on your handheld. We have to admit, we're pretty disappointed with this news. So there you have it, fundamentally a great piece of hardware and a great way to play PC video games, regardless of if they're on Microsoft's store, Steam, Epic or any other storefront, but unfortunately not a place to play your entire collection of Xbox games without relying on cloud streaming. While we're still excited for it, we reckon it's no longer an essential purchase for Xbox fans.
Oof. That's why they stopped talking about it. Man, when Phil pulled out his ass, it's like he pulled out a golden goose egg. Now they're like, nah. Because basically to Xbox console users, the people who would be attracted to an Xbox handheld, that's the finesse that Phil's pulling right now, is trying to use the same name to transition people off of the console and into his PC environment by trying to say everything is an Xbox, but it's not. But to an Xbox owner who would be attracted to this, it's basically a PlayStation Portal. So therefore, the power of the $1,000 device really doesn't matter when a majority of the library, like mine, 350 games, will need to be streamed from the console to the device. Basically like a portal, a very expensive portal that's 5 times as much to play native games. But it does not bring your library with you. It basically, you got to stream it from the Xbox or be a subscriber of one of the Game Pass models to access some games that you may own from the cloud. Yeah. So that native power, that native thing, which is pretty funny because when Phil Spencer was talking about
handheld?
Yeah. He's like, I believe in native gameplay. I believe in playing games with native handheld. Well, that whole library of Xbox fans cheering your name.
Handheld?
Yeah.
Want their libraries to be playable natively there. And you're telling me a few hundred Xbox Play Anywhere games is going to suffice that? I sure showed you 350 games, 23 will work on this device. That's what I deal with. I had tons of games. Gears 2, Gears 3. No, they're no playable over here. They stay on your console. You want to stream them? You got to go buy an Xbox and then stream it to this. So go spend $1,600, $1,700 for this combination of this device and an Xbox console to play your Xbox games on the go. That's why a $200 portal just to stream your library on the go, it's limited. But it's $200 and it streams basically your PlayStation. You're not paying for all this native stuff. Now, yeah, if you want a PC game and you have a whole library on Steam, that's a different story. But this is being branded not as a PC handheld like they were before, but this is an Xbox. That's where we're calling that out. This marketing of this is an Xbox, it's not. And then how does this get called an Xbox when the software, limited as it is going to be on everything? That's an Xbox handheld. Microsoft trying to strong arm this whole thing, again, prematurely. I said this conversation of this is an Xbox and play your games on the go and all this other stuff, it was too early. Microsoft is forcing this thing. And I think we know why, because it benefits Asus, because Asus just released an Xbox ROG Ally X a year ago. And that's still sitting at $900. This one, they put on some love handles on the thing and slapped on a tramp stamp button. And when you look at what the Z2 chip of this versus the Z1 from last year, because it has the same battery in it, the Z2 chip and the Z1, there's not much of a difference. It's basically a few more frames. And they already, ETA Prime already showed that. The Z1, the Z2 is not much better than the Z1. It has a little bit more optimization, but it's not like doubling your frame rates or giving 10 extra frames at lower wattages. It's about a few frames more, not no $1,000 more. And the problem that they have is that they really don't have the reason to come out with a Z2 chip and really have the Xbox ROG Ally, the ROG Ally from last year with the Z1, this with the Z2, and charging $1,000 for each of them. You know, there's something very striking that the one from last year is still sitting at $900. So, and it doesn't look like Microsoft may be subsidizing this. But this was the handheld experience that, you know, seemed to be everybody kind of glazed over and was just kind of
Greetings from the show floor at Gamescom, where we've been getting our hands on the ROG Xbox Ally and Xbox Ally X. But perhaps the biggest news this week is that Microsoft has confirmed that these Xbox handhelds won't play Xbox console games natively. What does that mean? Well, a lot of people, us included, had actually played PC.
Wait, let's continue.
On your handheld with this news, but let us know in the comments what you think. And
no, that's not the video I wanted to show. That's the same one. This one I wanted to show. Where is this? Is this the one? Oh, yeah, I want to see. This handheld experience. Is this it? Because I wanted to show something. Here's another one.
But when I asked them, well, does this set up the correct settings that are appropriate for a handheld? It's like, well, we've got to work with the developers on that, which is basically something for the future, but for the present, you're kind of stuck. And in which case, again, it's more like a PC than an Xbox. Xbox is plug and play. You load up your game, you're good to go. Everything has been curated for you by the developer. If you've got that existing library of games that hasn't been curated by the developer, it's a PC where you're looking to lower settings to or adjust settings to get a good experience. And that's kind of, there's a lot of stuff where they're saying, okay, this is stuff we're working on. It's going to come later or going to come soon.
They did talk about a roadmap. So this is a journey.
Here we go again.
Maybe October 16th. I'm trying to remember the date now.
That's the release date. Yeah,
is not going to be the. It'll be a very good ROG Ally, I think.
Yes. But when I asked them.
And one of the things, when they first came out with this thing, I was like, yo, what are they doing? Why are they going ahead with this thing? And they're blatantly lying. And now, yeah, they're getting called out on the lies, like of this marketing that they're trying to propose that, hey, this is a PC. This is this. It is so silly. And one of the things that they also announced was that this system could be it's going to detect, and that's what he was talking about. Like, oh, is this going to run good on my device? And this is something brand new that they're adding compatibility, almost like Steam Deck verified. How many times have I shown you these are all nothing burgers? Why? It's because they're already there. Grinders, go, if you ever go to an Xbox store on your PC, click on a game. What does it say right here? Should play great on this PC. It's basically telling you right here, when we compare the game's performance on PC similar to yours, this is done to help you. They talked about this whole program like it was something brand new. They got it right here. Should play great on this PC. They basically look at the specs and they're doing it right now with any game in the store in the Xbox app. It's right there. Well, not that. Those are Ubisoft games. And EA plays. Well, that's another problem. If they're not part of, and they only work if they're part of the store. So they got to be performance. And here's a performance check not available for Bleeding Edge. Oh, man. Nobody checking that one. Performance not checked for Modern Warfare. Uh-oh, somebody better get on that one. Celeste should work. Should play great on this PC. But, like, it's already here. Oh, we're launching a program that's going to tell you if the game works or if it's I think mode. And it's right there. Already here. Like, it's there. Why is this a news article? Why is this something that's at a show that they're talking about? Like, this is something that the Xbox ROG Ally does. It's right there. It's all this marketing facade. And like I said, the glazes will be glazed, but in reality, they're making stuff up as if it's new, revolutionary, just like the same thing with Xbox Play Anyway. It's been around since 2016. And now it's like this revolution. Oh, this program, and you go, just imagine. It's like, I've been imagining for 8 years. It's imagine now you take your game here and you start it over there. That's all I heard. Imagine I'm on my console and then I just leave and I boot up my Xbox ROG Ally X and I continue my game. Oh, what a world. Just imagine. Like, Phil, what? What are you talking about? It has happened and nobody cares. And it did nothing to help you. Hence why you're in the situation that you're in. Just imagine. Imagine it all. But it's there already. But they made that was another big announcement from Gamescom Xbox. Just imagine. Eh? There he is. They're trying. There they are. And you think they tout out, there they are. Oh boy, Mickey Mouse and friends. Oh man, get this $1,000 device that doesn't do half the shit that we've been saying, but we're learning and we think it might work when we hear back the feedback after we got your money. Well, we figured this out. We've been working close. We put the button. She's pointing to the button. We put the button on there. This is what they did. Glazing the hell out of them. There they are. The bootleg dream team. Doesn't do half the shit that they're talking about. But that's what they went out there for. PR and marketing and try to get those Xbox guys to get over there. It's not even a new UI. It's the same app that I just showed you right there. It's not even anything super new. It's the same thing with a couple of little rinky-dink updates to it so far. That's what I said. I was very disappointed in that. Really, that's the update? You talked about this integration and it wasn't playable in June. Like, you couldn't touch it. And now they touch it and they go, oh yeah, it's just, this does this. Heath Stevens, remember 10 months ago, PlayStation has been doing cross-play and save since the PS3. Yeah, and they've been doing also remote play too from the PSP as well. You could remote play with the friggin' Vita and the PSP. Like, they were doing remote play from back then. Like it's a thing, you know? But we've been doing remote play. Like, it is what it is. But you got to have the games that people want to remote play. You know, that's the problem that Microsoft has been having. They keep pointing to the wheres and the wheres and the who's and who's going to play and where you're going to play and how are you going to play on a Samsung TV, on an LG, with a Bluetooth controller. But it's like, I don't have anything you got that I want to play. Well, sorry. And that's why. That's why. Hey, what's up, Lucci? That's why. They'll focus on the where. But we're learning, we're fixing, we're learning, we're doing. Dude, this is what they do. Yet again. More hardware and games and engine. Yeah, hey, there you go. See? See? Where what? Dude. That guy wasn't properly glazed. He wasn't glazed. He didn't get the FanFest cupcakes. Dusty, get in there. He shipped them to Germany. Xbox and be glazed, and now he is out buying PS5 Pro. Time to make the cookies. Come on, Dusty. FanFest cookies. Oh yeah. I can't those Dusty Bin cookies.
Another one.
The cookies. FanFest cookies. I'll be there. Some oatmeal raisin. FanFest graham crackers. Dusty been working on them real hard. And Dusty Ben was there. He made sure his cupcakes were on sale. Glaze, dude. They're like, how did that other guy get through FanFest and still asking me the hard questions? They're like, how did that man get past our Glaze Fest and miss the cupcakes and asking me about compositors? How did that man get through? How did this man get through the cupcakes and asking me about compositors? This man got through FanFest, Glaze Fest. How did he miss those cupcakes? Paris must have been 20 cupcakes in by the time he got to the ROG Ally X. He's like, this is the next generation of gaming. Excellent. Paris got through. Paris had 20 cupcakes. He was like 20 deep by the time he got to the Xbox ROG Ally. He's like, I have about 20 of those FanFest cupcakes. This is incredible. The generation of gaming. This is the future. How many cupcakes? I have 25 of those dusted cupcakes. He put something in them. He put some Phil Ness juice in them. That's what happened. Like, how did he miss those? See, that's what happens. You get there, you eat a bunch of those things, and all of a sudden, everything looks wonderful. All of a sudden, these, like, see, you go there, you go to FanFest, you eat these things, they got something in them, the Phil Ness juice, and then all of a sudden, these people are like your heroes, they're your best friends, he's your uncle, she's your aunt that you never knew about. It's incredible how they come back from FanFest. They go there, you eat up of those cupcakes, and now he's Uncle, I think. Mr. Uncle, I think, and Aunt Sarah. Oh, you always been my family. I had about 20 of those cupcakes. I don't know what was in them, but Uncle, I think. Aunt Sarah, where do I buy one of these? Well, you'll get them. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. Don't drink the Kool-Aid, man. This poor lady, she got glazed. She probably has a ton on pre-order now. But that's what happens. You eat those things, you come back, you got Aunt Sarah and Uncle I think. You're like, oh. Aunt Sarah. Come back walking and talking funny. Right, Combo said, you come back. Oh, man. Aaron, I'll give you a number, Aaron.
Hey, Ron.
Put the lotion away, Aaron. Come on now. That's not one of those shows.
Where is
oh, shit.
Ron right now?
Hey, Ron, put the lotion away in the tissues. Only tissues I've seen been blowing my nose this week. Oh, man. Hey, Ron, getting all nipples. No more. We got to turn that off, guys. Hey, Ron getting too excited. Hold on. You're getting too excited. Hold on. Aaron's a little excited. We gotta calm him down. Give him a cold shower. Give Aaron a cold shower. Oh shit. Oh man, he said it's just a little. Oh man, he said it's just a little. He said he only got the 1 inch going. Oh shit. Oh, not like this, Aaron. The horny horn for Aaron. There we go. There's the horny horn. There he is. Showed a pretty girl on stream, and Aaron turned this thing into during the wild show. Anyway, so oh my god, listen, let's go to the next topic. Man, no, I did want to see some. We need a little bit of the boot. Wait a second, I thought I had something here. I thought I had something on the list here from yeah, we'll get him. Where is this? All right, let's get into the other part. Let's get into the other part, right? So, also this week, and again, if there's anything I missed, we'll come around to it. The other thing this week, was the oh wait, is this it? Yeah. Yeah, well, just to wrap up some of the things here, like, see, so, like, he says that ROG Ally X, the X stands for extra crashes. Dude, this is an experiment. Can't wait for all this to go down. And then there's the other thing, by request, I don't know, it was Ron M and Michael Meridian, by request, Xbox
what happens is that finish the
showing games on their show.
Yeah, and I will finish and I will finish the third. So what happens is that
this is Xbox.
Again,
Box is in the name of our brand.
You mean Steam is the name of your brand? Oh man, using an Xbox there, dude. This is exactly what Xbox wants to be. This is what happened. They were showing the game and it crashed running on Steam. But this is exactly what Xbox wants. Oh look, we just put an Xbox wallpaper in the back and we're running it on Steam. This is an Xbox.
Where that Box is in the name of our brand.
Yo, this is exactly what they want. That's exactly what the Xbox app is. It's an Xbox desktop. And then you just launch Steam from it. They're calling that an Xbox nowadays. Who would have thunk it? Craziness. But there you go. Live on stream crashes. But Box isn't the name of the brand because they put a desktop background with a picture on it. Oh, man. Terrible, 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 terrible news. So, the next thing that came up was this one. Lady Gamer VIP Grinder! Thank you so much. Coming on in there.
You're my #1 customer.
That was embarrassing. That was, Leech. That was embarrassing. Oh, you want to say that the gameplay crashed? Like, dude, but that's what it is. That's what they want. They want... It's a facade. They are the marketing scammers, and it's been the stuff that's been grinding my gears for all this time. Like, they think that us as gamers are dumb or not sharp about these things. Like, they could just kind of say the words and we believe it. And like, that's why that glaze shit's real, man. Because like, if they give you free stuff or they take you to places or they send you out, you listen to that shit and spread the false lies that they're doing. Do you really believe it? Probably not. But you won't let that up because then you lose the hand that feeds you. And that's been always something that, you know, I think it ticks me off with influencers and all this other stuff, because their job as influencers is to get fed all the stuff before everybody else. So getting hands-on and all that other stuff, they get those things because they are chronically positive about stuff. And they basically, you know, say the corporate line. So therefore the corporation will support them in giving them free stuff. And then they have content for their influencing. Do they believe in it? Probably not. Would they buy it with their own money if they were? Probably not. But they won't tell you that, because then they won't get invited the next time. And people make livings out of that. And I don't think that's very truthful to the consumer, us. And when you're looking for genuine reviews and what people think about stuff, you want that guy to ask the hard questions. Let me show you what I'm doing. And there's other ones that just be like, I had this. This is the future of gaming. Oh my God. This, don't worry. They'll fix it. They told me they'll fix it. You know, really. You've been working with Microsoft all these years. You've been on all their shows and you've been doing all stuff. You think that you'll take like, oh, we'll fix it. We're listening. You're going to take that as gold? Please. There's a reason why people go sponsored video and all this other stuff, because that stuff runs rampant around on social media. And no many times you watch something and it's like, well, this was supported by this. They sent this to me for free. It's like, oh, I got to turn off this video now. I want to know, do I go out and spend $400 on this thing? Well, I got it for free. It's great. Oh, with some cons is like price. Huh? But you didn't pay for it. Like it's just wild. Wild. And that's craziness. That's all the stuff that I show. I'm buying this stuff. Like I don't get free. I don't want it for free. If I'll get it for free, I'll get it for free. Like, yeah, sure, but I'm not going to sell it to, oh, hey, I got this for free. You should go buy it. What? Who does that? No, I got it for free. Here, you could have it. I'm going to go buy one because I love it so much. You right? That's what we should be doing. You get it for free. You give it away to the community and you go buy one yourself. That's what a real influencer would do. That's what a real influencer would do. Yo, they gave me this shit for free. I'm giving it to somebody who's been following me for 20 years. Or somebody who donates to the channel and stuff. I'm giving it to you. Here, you get this. You deserve it. I'm going to go buy one because I like it. Because I said this was great. I got it for free. I'm giving it to you. That's what I would do. Because that's what a real influencer does. Hey, you take it. I'm going to go buy one. But no, they don't. Well, the price. And anyway, that just drives me crazy. And that's why they're all going out there glazing the stuff. Like, we all know what this thing is. Be honest about it. Yes, they're talking about what they're going to do, what they will do, what they want to do. But we've heard that before with tablets and the Surface tablets and Kinect and Mixer and all this other stuff. Like, coming from Microsoft, maybe if it was an up-and-coming company that we don't know about, but they have given a history of they don't give a shit. But they got money and they could buy influence. And that's what they do. But it is just grinds my gears. But anyway. And that's why I'll probably be a small channel forever, but I don't give a shit. I have good company right here with the grinders in the chat. I don't care. So anyway, another thing that came up. Topic number 2. Or 3, whatever the hell we're doing here. This happened August 26th. Helldivers crossed the line and went over to Xbox. And Gears of War Reloaded launched on PlayStation. Physical version 2, by the way. Thank you, Gambit. Nah, they were not coming. No one caught me. And Chocolate Dream stream, yeah. So this happened all on the same day of August 26th. I streamed Helldivers, checking out that OCST bundle, by the way. If you don't want to go watch the previous video, let me tell you. That ODST bundle, I saw some people in the chat and the comments from my other video bought it. Hey, if you like it, you want it, hey, I'm just telling you, for me, I'm not buying it. I was very disappointed in the Helldivers ODST collaboration. I was excited when they first announced it. I did a whole video on it. And when I checked out that war bond for ODST, oh man, I had to go live with my congestion and stuffy nose. Like I was perturbed in that sense. I was like, first off, it is a more expensive pack than anything else. Secondly, it doesn't have half the stuff that the other packs for cheaper have. There's no new grenades. There's no new guns. No, not new guns. No new emotes. No new. What are they? The stratagems? Nothing.
It's grinding my gears.
It is grinding my gears. It's an assault rifle, a shotgun, a pistol, an SMG, and green machine armor.
There's nothing. It's like green. It's green. It just says green pattern. Oh, right here.
And what's crazy is that they brand it as Halo. That's the only Halo you see. They're not using the ODST skull. Well, I didn't buy it, Buck Roger. But they didn't do the ODST skull with the 2 SMGs. They didn't do. They did
like,
the.
I don't understand.
It's like they're hiding the Halo in the Halo pack.
Content wise, like it's just skins and a couple of assault rifles. It's very bare bones, and it's more money than any other war bond.
So I was very disappointed with that thing, and the fact that it's $15, and you don't get any. You can't even get any credits like the other war bonds for $10. You get actual credits, and there's emojis, and you could earn some of the money back that you paid on it. There's also emotes. There's also stratagems, new abilities, new grenades. There's not even a plasma grenade or a regular grenade in this pack. And I did in the video, and it just was very disappointing, thinking that and another crazy thing about it is this. I just talked about that stuff, and hold on, watch this. Where is this video? That's not the one. What's up, Mass Produce? Is this it? Yeah, this one.
Of 100 Terminids and saying
they did a whole 15-minute video on this pack. A whole
in one hell of an epic
I was telling a story earlier today
that's coming with this launch. Can you tell us a little about what's in this war bond? What can fans expect? And where
that's right, the real one's next week. That's the desert
Let me just start with, we are so excited to be part of Helldivers. We are all fans. I was telling a story earlier today about
that sword should be one of the melee weapons.
My intern going nuts when Super Earth was like gonna lose a city or something major part of your game. So it has infiltrated our studio as well. And obviously fans have been asking for this for a really long time. There's a natural connection between Helldivers and Helljumpers, our ODST. So we are excited to show off 2 different armors, 2 different capes, 3 primary weapons, a secondary weapon, a passive, all tied to ODST. Kind of themed from that like 2007 to 2009 era of Halo. One of the armors is kind of like the Rookie. So we actually use the Rookie name. We also, in the naming, called it A9, which is Alpha 9 is the squad that Buck leads. Kind of like some little Easter eggs for Halo fans in the naming and lore. And then the other helmet is Dare's Recon helmet, which is a really popular one.
Mm-hmm.
Again, our characters are not in the Helldivers world, but it's like they're representations of their armor, which are popular with Halo fans.
Yeah, natural crossover. And we'll talk about some of the community reactions a little later. But working on the social team, we've seen the reactions and even just of the whispers and like,
we're very big fans. So I grew up playing the Halo games with my brother. This was like very precious memories to me. And my brother actually works now as a 3D artist at Arrowhead as well. So he made many of these weapons. So
yeah. They did a whole video on that thing, and it was not very impressive. You're saying Helldivers is getting dragons? I know they have a sand one. But anyway, that was the ODST thing for Helldivers going to Xbox. And then Gears went to PlayStation, same day. And And the whole day was like this peanut butter and jelly handshake. And it seemed to me, and again, I don't know if anybody else read into this stuff, but it seemed very, very coordinated between PlayStation and Xbox. So coordinated that this is what happens. Look at this. Watch this wildness. You want to see something crazy? We're going to go to X and we're going to look up, watch this. We're going to look up Xbox. The Xbox over here. And we got Xbox Twitter handle. Look at that. Helldivers in the banner. Right? So let's go over to PlayStation. You could probably guess what's going on over there. Watch this. The official PlayStation. Gears in the banner. They are wildin', dude. And Microsoft and them must have tweeted out so many times about Gears. Use R1 to active reload. Microsoft hyping up. It was such a crazy, coordinated, like it's just crazy. Like you got Helldivers in the Xbox one, and then you got Gears in the PlayStation one. Like it seems so coordinated, and then you have all this stuff going down. Mr. Greeny going like this. Aaron Greenberg doing some craziness. Love is in the air. New profile pic. Aaron Greenberg. It is wild. It is wild out here. But they just continue to just like every single thing. I just keep tweeting it out. And they're doing great. Like Gears just announced 1 million players. And Helldivers hit 500,000 concurrent players with about 140 or something from Steam. That means about 350,000 across the consoles. Oh my God. Dude, Greenberg going wild. What is that? Wait, hold on. I gotta see what she said. What is this thing? What is this leaking? Oh, is this the... Oh, yeah, the tunnels. Yeah, the tunnels, the new content coming to Helldivers. But, yeah, like, they're doing well. But again, 1 million players in Gears and like 500,000. So, like, they're both doing great. And, they're both really good games. I played it. Like I said, I was a little disappointed in the map ODST, but Helldivers too. I got over 70, 80 hours in that game. I love it. It's great. It's great. I played with some bots. I was with the bots showing them around on Tuesday. And Gears, I played the beta for it, and then I just played it on I played it last night, and I gotta say, like, it's still slow. Like the lobbies, getting into the lobbies and stuff, and I got crossplay and everything turned on for Gears. But Gears is like, I don't know, man. There's some technical issues too with it. What's going on? Their crossplay still takes forever. And again, I don't know how long Gears is gonna have leg-wise, like leading up into these games that are coming out. Helldivers, we know, has the legs, and it'll be, the content's coming, but Gears doesn't have like DLC coming. So I don't know how long this old gameplay is gonna last. That's kind of one of my concerns with Gears Reloaded was that it's really an old game remastered and remade again in the same engine stuff. They didn't take a lot of the modern stuff they made in 2 and 3, and it's kind of gets stale. Like, it's old gameplay. They modernize it a little bit, but it's still modernized from 2010 or whatever the hell it came out when they remastered it the first time. So I don't know. Like, people probably run through the campaign and play some multiplayer. but I don't know how long legs Gears of War is going to have, because it is definitely an older game there. But it's definitely the start of that. And you know, this whole thing. And like I said, it was a very coordinated effort between the two of them. And, you know, it was, and to think about it, the way it was announced, the way it was done, the same day, you would think like two companies launching the games on either platform, multiplayer games nonetheless, like Gears of the multiplayer and stuff like that, will be a little more cautious. Like, hey, well, let me put my game over there, not when they're remastering or putting out one of their games. Like, you know, like Microsoft, like, well, why am I releasing Gears the same day that a Helldivers will come over here and probably eat up a lot of the multiplayer stuff? And strange. Do I think more's coming? I think. I told you from day one, I think it is. I think it is coming. And that's why I said Sony is FAFO, man. You know, Xbox was created to beat Sony. They said, what about Sony? And Xbox was created. It was there to compete with them. And they couldn't. So now they're just joining them. And Sony's welcoming them in with open arms rather than stomping them out and just taking their games. Sony's welcoming them in open arms. And hey, if it works, it works. But one got nothing to lose, and the other has everything to lose. That's the other thing. Like, Microsoft, the Xbox has nothing to lose anymore. Like, they're what? They're cashed up, man. They got nothing to lose. They are Rocky at the end of Rocky 5. Sue me for what? Well, Rocky was it Rocky? Well, no, Rocky 4, Rocky 5. Touch me and I'll sue. And Rocky punches him and goes, sue me for what? Because that's exactly what Xbox is. They got nothing to lose. They're done. And if they lose, they go, hey, you know what? Whatever. Where's Windows? PlayStation? They got everything to lose. They lose PlayStation. They're out there making CMOS chips. And hopefully they make a song. And K-pop demons too. Sony's out in the streets if PlayStation goes away. Herman Holtz, he's on a goddamn, he's going to be on a rowboat. Herman Holtz will be on a rowboat. You know? Microsoft's in the streets right now. I'm going to punch him. That's it. I got nothing. Halo's in the shitter. We have no clue. Ferguson's gone. Sony got everything to lose. The movies, the IP, the branding. Herman be like, you passed the oar. I'm going to go upstream here on the yacht. There is no yacht, Herman. We got you a wood boat. Oh, shit, a wood boat. Yeah. We lost everything because of Concord, bitch. Like, this is the problem with Sony. Like, Sony, like, that's why I tell you, Sony FAFO. Microsoft giving you all these games. You take them. And you say, thank you, goodbye. Do you, and we do us. But instead, you're out there meeting and greeting them with cockroaches. Like, they're on the bottom of the barrel. They created their thing. What about Sony? And you out there, and they got 25 million consoles about to be faded out, and you're like, no, come back, Microsoft. I'm going to pick you up. Like, what? And my thing is that if Helldivers 2, if these guys, if Arrowhead had such a hard-on to put Helldivers 2 on Xbox, then guess what? Arrowhead, take all your fucking money and you go build the port for Xbox. Why would Sony waste Nixus's time to port the game over to Xbox? They should have said, Arrowhead, you made a lot of money with Helldivers 2. You go make it. You loved Halo? You go make it. But you're not taking time away from our other studios to go help your fantasy dreams. And that's what stupid ass Sony did. Oh, Nixus, by the way, don't work on a Bloodborne 2 remaster. Don't do this. Don't bring back SOCOM. Don't bring back, let's make Dreams for PC or the Dreams for VR 2. You know what, Nixus? Why don't you go make this game for 25 million Xboxes that don't know where to go? And that's what they did. Stupid ass Hitokiness. So Sony gonna fuck around and find out. So keep poking at the beast. Because when it comes time to sell your PlayStation 6, the 6S, the PlayStation Small, get ready. Because just like you putting your games on all these on Steam, I said this before. I just showed you. That's the reason why we did the Ally X thing. Microsoft, while not at launch, is making a valiant attempt to consolify PC gaming and handheld gaming. All right? So they are making an attempt to simplify PC gaming. SteamOS is already doing that. And PlayStation is feeding that with their games. That eventually, that once not competition in what PC was, will be crawling right up their ass with their games. Just like when Phil Spencer said, Sony uses the money they make on us to combat us and buy game exclusives. Well, Sony, the money that PC's making off of you, they're going to use that to come right back at you and make you SteamOS, and you're going to be shit out of luck. And that's what they're going to do. They are trying to consolify PCs, and Sony's feeding them with the only thing that they have is that their identity and IP. And right now, they like the money. They're riding high. They think they're immune, but they're not. And when it comes to new hardware, it's going to slowly FAFO them. They keep flying too close to the sun. You know what happens next. But, hey, for me, we'll find out what happens. Whatever works best for me, I'm doing it. I got the PC stuff ready to cook. I'm ready to go. I do it already. Just give me a reason. Just make it easier. Make it cheaper. Make it better. Experience. And so, like, that's the thing. PlayStation's their lifeblood. They got nothing else. Yeah, they got cameras and imaging and shit, but PlayStation pretty much keeps them around. And they want to fuck around with that. Look ahead. We will see. But man, they will grab an ass on the 26th. Enjoy. But I don't think it's over. I think more's coming. I think Spider-Man gonna go to Xbox. The way they're talking. And they already did whatever they did on PC. But we will see. But I've always believed that exclusives do matter. Exclusives are their identity. And, you know, exclusives work in everything. You know, what I mentioned with Sony and Bose. You know, Bose is not like, nobody's sitting here buying some JLab headphones going, well, why don't these have Bose noise canceling? It's because they're JLab goddamn headphones that are $20. But everybody should have noise canceling technology like Bose. No, they don't. That's exclusive technology, and that's why you buy a Bose headset for that noise canceling. Like, it just happens. Like, that's the way that works. And when you have exclusive features, guess what happens? Somebody else comes up with their own exclusive to combat yours, and competition is built. That's how come we have a Gears. That's how come Phil Spencer went out and got Tomb Raider for a year, because they didn't have any answer to Uncharted. You know? If Uncharted was everywhere, then Phil Spencer wouldn't need to go get exclusives. But competition yielded action from these big-ass corporations. And we want them to fight for our money. We don't want them to chum the water with low-quality, non-performing, shadow-missing Wukong and expect to make a payday on it. or come out with some glitchy software for us because they don't give a fuck because there's some whale out there on a mobile phone that will just spend thousands of dollars in their game and they don't care if the game is working or not. The quality diminishes because they chum the water. We want them to put their best foot forward and earn our money. And if they're going to chum the water, just put it everywhere. We'll figure it out and we'll fix it later. Add the features later. Oh, we'll put the shadows in later. Fuck it. But it's on thousands of devices today. Millions of people could play it today, but it sucks. We'll fix it. Trust us. But still pay us. Pre-order. Take it. But because it's on so many devices, we didn't have a chance to optimize it for all your PC configurations. Sorry. We heard you. We'll learn. That benefits us. That benefits us. That chumming of games. Put it on everywhere with least effort possible. But still ask the same amount of money for it or more. Oh shit, Gambit got J-Labs. I didn't mean J-Labs, but it doesn't have Bose. He's not looking for Bose quality, see? Thank you. Gambit, I knew that. I read your mind. Shows you I know a lot about technology. There you go. Stephen Leo, member of 18 months, he goes, I'm in the camp of wait and see. If Sony does do what you're saying, then yes, FAFO. But if not, then we need to stop all this BS. Wait and see. We need to stop assuming. And I agree, Stephen. It is a wait and see. That's why the FAFO comes up, because they continue to do it. But the thing is that, like I said before, what Sony's doing, here comes the sickness. Here we go. But what Sony is doing is that they are creating a path. They have created a path that eventually, in the future, if this path continues, it will be something that is going to bite them in the ass. And yeah, we can't say it's going to happen. I don't know. But it doesn't seem like it's going the other way around. But what it does do is that it puts more pressure on them to deliver on those tentpole games. Because now their differentiation is them putting their games on PC and now on Xbox. The only thing that's really going to make their platform attractive is the FOMO of their games. Because if people know that their games eventually will go to another platform, if people don't have the urgency to play that game, they're not going to come to their platform and play it. They will wait. So Sony now has more pressure to create that FOMO and not build like a library of titles that only could be played here. So when you get this device, you have this plethora of incredible games that we have are in our wheelhouse, a collection of games. You know, like when you subscribe to a service and all these movies that you haven't seen before just come at you and you're like, whoa, I haven't seen these movies before. You're going to subscribe to that service, right? Or you're going to subscribe to a service that goes, oh, I could watch that on Amazon Prime. Oh, I could watch that on NBC. Oh, I could see that movie on HBO. You're not going to subscribe to that service because all those movies are in other places. But if a service has all these movies that you haven't seen before, well, 5 movies that I'd never, well, now that has more value to me. And this is the conundrum that they're doing. You keep showing people more places to play your games, the demand for your product is going to be less and less and less. So Sony now has more pressure to put that FOMO on that game. Like that Ghost of Yote needs to be lights out. That game Solaris needs to be lights out. Like these games need to be like must play, must see TV for Sony to benefit for their exclusive games. They can't put out duds. They're not allowed. And also when Herman said at least one tentpole title, one. I know he said at least one, but one? You can't carry a year of PlayStation on one tentpole. I don't know, tentpole title. I guess you can, maybe. Soros, not Solaros. Man, Michael Brady and I messed that up all the time. Soros. Which, by the way, we should see gameplay already. Where the hell is it? Where is the gaming? Where is the gameplay of Sorrow? I want to see that shit. Because the later they show it, that means the later next year we're going to get it. That Sorrows. We need to see more. Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, that's what I'm saying with Chocolate Dream. Like exclusives matter. Exclusives do matter. And the people going, exclusives don't matter anymore. They everything should go everywhere. Where's the competition? Where's the competition for us? That nobody's going to compete anymore. Nobody's going to try to outdo another one. Because they're not trying to sell, like, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like if one company does something that everybody's jumping on, that prompts other people to go, yo, we got to do what they're doing, and we got to do it better. But if one company does something incredible and just puts that incredible on all these devices, then what prompts another company to outdo them? I don't know. If that thing already comes to their platform or their device. Like, think about it. If Microsoft really, like, you know, everybody's like, well, Sony's going to do the same thing Microsoft's doing. Like, they're going the same way. Technically, they're not, because the instance is that Microsoft lacked quality games that drove attention. A lot of their stuff was delayed. They went 2 whole years without games. They went with games that weren't out ready for prime time, games that they hyped up that under-delivered. And how many times do you have to do that for people to go, yo, man, this is just dried up? That's where a lot of Microsoft lost from. It's not because they just put their games in other places. It's because they dried up on their games. And that's the one thing that, like what Steven was saying, Sony's not doing that. Sony continues to deliver quality games and make their console a priority. They can still do that and put their games elsewhere, stuff like that. But again, it's gonna be, there's a fine line, man, and we'll see. That's why it is a wait and see. But we will see. But man, they will grab ass in that, and everybody playing the games, everybody loving it. So, you know, Gears on PlayStation, Helldivers on Xbox. Hey, it was great. You know, they're multiplayer games, and you know, it kind of remind me of the crossplay, right? It reminded me of like when everybody's like, you know, better together, and everybody could play together online and all that stuff. And I guess they're trying to, you know, just make money. That's why I think more's coming. More is coming, and Sony, we will see. But like I said before, one got everything to lose, and the other one got nothing to lose. You got Xbox as Rocky Balboa, and you got Sony as Apollo Creed. That's right. You got Sony coming down. Welcome to America. The Japanese company coming down. Welcome to America. Hot ass. It's like, no, he got nothing. You got Apollo Creed and Sony fighting Rocky Balboa from the streets of Xbox. That's what you got. You got Sony going, coming to America. Hack the ass. It's like, and he's like, oh, the Sony coming down from the rafters. Herman Holtz coming down, living in America. Herman Holtz, he got the friggin' America hat on and the yacht. It's and Xbox, Phil Spencer sitting there, and the Rocky Balboa goes, I got nothing from the streets. I got nothing. I gave them Gears. I gave them Halo, ODSTs. I got nothing left. And Sony's like, we got all this IP, living in America. Look at this guy coming down with his championship, and Sony had all the gold around him and stuff like that. You just knock him out. Just knock him out. He got the American flag shorts on. You got to come up with these crazy skits. Yo, he's like, and then they got Matt Booty's whispering in Phil Balboa's ears. He goes, just knock him out. Just give him a punch. Show them that you could fight. I got nothing left, Nick. I got nothing. I got Gears is gone. Halo done. We got some guy making the Epic engines. We got the Unreal 5. I got nothing left, Mick. Just knock him out. They got everything to lose. You got nothing to lose. That's what it is. Throw in the towel, Mr. Japan. Throw in the towel. You got nothing. Oh no, Mick. I just sell them controllers. I got nothing. They didn't even have a console. You know, everything's an Xbox. I have nothing. Mick, what should I do? Just knock him out. Just knock him out. You just gotta show that you knock him out. He got everything to lose. That Herman Holtz on PlayStation got everything to lose. You just knock him out, and he gets that black eye. They'll be like, oh my God. Just knock him. That's right. He's not losing, he's getting angry. Herman Holtz is like, I don't know. He wants to get hit. He wants to get... This Phil Spencer, Rocky Balboa, he just wants to get hit. I told him I'd give him one tentpole title. I'm going to give him one uppercut. But he just keeps coming back. He got nothing to lose. I got all of PlayStation in my corner. I don't know what to do. I go to do tentpole titles. Here comes the ring girl, Aloy. Oh, I love my Aloys. Here she is, round 2. Oh, yes, yes. Aloy. I just got to go. I don't know. This Phil Rocky Balboa just keeps getting knocked out. I give him a 1 tentpole game. I gave him Helldivers, and he just keeps coming back for more. He wants all of my games. I got all of PlayStation. We need a whole movie of this, right? But that's what it is. PlayStation got it all to lose. They got all the IP, the movie deals. Dude, they got it all. The movie deals, the God of Wars, Uncharted. They got all this IP sitting there. That just funds the Sony PlayStation. That funds Sony. You go running around with that stuff, dude. Phil got nothing to lose. He's in the streets. It's over for Phil, man. Look at him. He's got nothing left. He got nothing left. Phil Nesboa. He's not even throwing haymakers anymore. Phil Spencer's just standing there taking punches.
Where that box is in the name
He's
of
like,
our brand.
he's like one of those boxing. He's like box.
Where that box is in
Boxing's in the name of the brand.
Where that box
Boxing.
Is in the name of our brand. Where that box is in the name of our
He just keeps getting hit.
Where that box is in the name of
I'm
our
giving him a tentpole title. He just won't go down.
name of our brand.
I got nothing to lose.
Where that box is in the name of our brand.
Handheld?
Yeah.
I got a handheld. I'm calling Xbox, but I got a handheld. Mick, tell him about that handheld. That's an Xbox. I don't even give a shit what I call. I'm calling it an Xbox, even though I'm fucking lying, because I got nothing left, Mick. I got nothing left. I call everything a fucking Xbox. They don't care. I go out on the street to Philly. They don't give a shit. I call it an Xbox. I know. They don't give a shit either. They just call it an Xbox. Call anything an Xbox. You got nothing left. There's nothing to think. Just call it an Xbox. That fucking thing of toilet paper is an Xbox, Mick. I know. There's nothing I can do about it, Mick. There's nothing left. Even my shelves are gone. I got nothing left. And he goes, and then at the end, he's like, oh, hey, yo, Satya, I did it! Dun, 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 dun. Satya. Satya! Yo, Satya! I gotta stop. Satya. I did it! He just won't go down. What's happening now? I just did the whole Rocky 2 with PlayStation and Xbox. Oh shit, never mind. I don't know what the hell's going on now. Yeah, right, what is happening? I don't know where I went with this shit. Oh man. I don't know where am I doing? I don't know. I was in this whole zone right now. I was in the zone. It's got to be the medication for my sinuses. I don't know. I was in the zone. And cue the Rocky song. Dun, 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 dun. True. Dude, it's the underdog story that they've been wanting. There it is. There it is. Phil coming in there with nothing left, man. It just knocks out Herman Apollo Creed. And Phil just keeps coming back.
Where that box is in the name of our
He
brand.
won't stop. He's getting angry.
Handheld?
Yeah. Xbox, no. Food, that's.
He's talking. He don't know what he's talking about anymore. Oh man, he's fighting for nothing. There's nothing left. Apollo Herman got everything to lose. He got nothing to lose. You got nothing to lose. Give Phil his ideas for his biopic. I did a whole movie. Dude, I gotta do a whole movie skit, man. There you go. Dude, that was on the fly. I had no clue, but I just had this image. Oh, but let's come back. But you know what? We talked about exclusives. Let's not take my word for it. We got to go back to the streets. Let's go back to where Phil was founded, in the streets. Let's go to the streets, more like the Sesame Street. Here we go. Let's go back to Sesame Street. We got Bonzo over here.
The narrow-minded view that I do see a lot, and
back to
I
Sesame
understand where
Street.
it's coming from. So the narrow-minded view that I do see a lot, and I understand where it's coming from. You make more money if you release on the PS5 and you release on the Xbox, right? The thought is releasing on the PS5 and Xbox equals more money. But consider this. Consider how valuable each conversion to the Xbox ecosystem is going to be. You're talking about Xbox Live, you're talking about hardware sales, Game Pass. You make one person an Xbox fan, it's so much more valuable than just selling one more game on a second platform, right? So this is the next step in building an industry-leading first-party studio team, a commitment we have had to our Xbox community. With the addition of the Bethesda creative teams, gamers should know that Xbox consoles, PC, and Game Pass will be the best place to experience new Bethesda games, including some new titles in the future that will be exclusive to Xbox and PC players. That is what they said. Just reminding you what they said. I think that we see a future where there are a lot of Bethesda games exclusively on the Xbox family of consoles. I want to know what you think about this one. This is a very contentious thing online. I posted a tweet the other day, and a lot of people were riled up by it. For a long time, Microsoft and Xbox fans have been hearing there's no exclusives on your console. The PlayStation has The Last of Us. We have Spider-Man. We have God of War. Fantastic games. Well, Xbox is answering back. You think they're just going to sit around and continue to hear that narrative that they don't have console exclusives forever? No. And that competition is going to be good for all of us at the end of the day. I think further down the line, that will be clearer to more people. But right now, I understand you want to play Elder Scrolls on your PlayStation. You want to play Fallout on your PlayStation if you're a PlayStation.
Dusty been said, why did he leave? A yen to cap for Xbox and be glazed. And now he is out buying PS5 Pro. Time to make the cookies.
So the narrow-minded view that I do see a lot, and I understand
narrow-minded.
I don't wanna care the same, but I don't wanna act you way. I don't wanna make you cry.
Oh yeah.
I just ought to be ashamed that I don't wanna be your plan. Got been wanted you, so wanted you. Cause Dusty been said, why did he leave? A gentle cat for Xbox and be glazed. And now he is out buying PS5 Pro. Time to make the cookies.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like I've said here, exclusives matter. And they believe too, exclusives matter. Because remember, when they were talking about this, and Bethesda said, oh, focusing on one console and one place for development makes it better so we could optimize and all this other shit. Nobody was crying. Nobody was like, oh, put your game everywhere, anywhere you want it. Oh, pause. Put it anywhere. No, everybody was fine. Narrow-minded, you were called, if you asked for this game to be put on PlayStation and not be exclusive. Narrow-minded. He called you that. And now we're fighting back with exclusives. Listen. There are some games, dibble and dabble, you want to put over here, put over there. But when you lose that exclusivity, you're gonna, that's what I said. It's very important. And like I said, Xbox got nothing to lose, Rocky Balboa style and Apollo PlayStation Creed. You keep poking around, man, you're going to get that knockout punch and lose that championship. And Phil Spencer, nothing to lose. You'd be sitting there. I did what I did, Mick. I gave them all the games I got. And now I see a weakness. I see an opening, Mick. I'm going to give him that okie dokie Phil Ness.
Where that box is in the name of
Here I go, Mick. I put a chink in the PlayStation arm. I got him. Helldivers. I glazed him a little bit of Gears of War. And I got that Helldivers. I'm going to do some more, Mick. Get out there, because Mickey loves you. A booty loves you. But console exclusives matter. Everybody got exclusives. And Herman Apollo Creed, you got them all that people want. But you let them come to your house to play them. Unless you want the house to be no more house and you're on a rowboat upstream. But nobody was coming at them. Nobody was talking this craziness, this grab assing that was been going on when this was going down. You don't pay that much money to put these games on other people's platforms. You don't pay $80 billion to keep games multi-platform. The same people now are going, oh, break the walls down, Chris Jericho. What? Because that's what gets them invited to shit. I don't know. But I've always say to this day that exclusives matter. Exclusives get you excited to buy and invest in a product, and they also create competition for other people to do what they're doing. And then we as consumers benefit. Just like what Dusty Bin was saying. You slap me once, I slap you back harder. And then you slap me harder. And then I slap you harder. That's it. And we keep going back and forth, and we're entertained. So it's not evil to talk the word exclusives, because they were talking about it just a few years ago. The problem is that the exclusives that Microsoft was shopping around weren't really exclusives at all. They just happened to put their tramp stamp on them. But also, Microsoft actually didn't really have that FOMO of these games. These games weren't, the Starfield wasn't the industry breaker that they needed it to be. And Microsoft wasn't good at creating the FOMO in their games. And that's where they lost the attraction. And then they had to go put their F everywhere because they got nothing to lose. But, just a reminder, if people keep going around exclusives, like, they don't matter. They matter. And it's nice that some games grow and stuff like that with new audiences. And it's good seeing those go. Like, look at Forza Horizon, man. And if you want something, and this is a point that I want to, just wrap up on, is that you look at where Forza Horizon 5 is, right? And that is a game that Microsoft built the franchise. They created that franchise. They created the Horizon series as a spin-off to Forza Motorsport and expanded from there. And also the quality of the game never dipped even through the whole Game Pass experiment. And Forza Horizon wasn't an excuse, wasn't like we'll fix it later, wasn't like glitchy. It was polished, clean, great looking, and they created it. Look at how powerful that game was going over to PlayStation, that it's staying in the charts at the top played games. Because guess what? Exactly. What? It's always about the games and about what you play. That's what it is. And Microsoft for all these years have been making it about everything else except the what. And in order to stay relevant in the what, they had to go buy the who. Activision, Bethesda, billions of dollars spent. Instead of focusing on making the quality what. And that's been their fallout. Their been problem has been that they have been so concerned with the where. You know, and then the other thing is I hear a little bit of the PlayStation when Herman talks about the where and the what. Just make the friggin' games. And the where, the who, the how will happen. Just look at the K-pop demons. Like, you know what I mean? Oh, why is that on Fox TV? No, it's on Netflix. Go get it. And guess what? People will find the way of the how to go get it. If it's something that they want to see, if there's something what they want, that FOMO is strong enough, the people will do the how. They will find out the how. You don't worry about that. You worry about creating the what that drives all the other ones. And we've seen so many times throughout these years that Microsoft focuses on everything else. And when it comes to, oh, how the game's coming, Phil? Yeah. Excited about what I don't show you. I'm excited about, we don't have anything to show, but next year maybe. Okay. But by the way, let me talk about this new hardware that I'm making. It's like, what? But what about the games? They're coming along. Yeah, there's Booty. Booty's not here right now, but yeah. No. You talk the games and everything else comes later. And then let me get over here. Who is this? Andrew Wilkins, remember 10 months ago, Lost Souls side is kind of janky with story and performance. Only Sony makes all-around great games. Even Rockstar been slipping since last gen. Andrew Wilkins, remember 10 months. Thanks a lot, man. Yeah, and that's another game. Lost Souls side, that's come out today. The demo dropped today. Review copies not sent out. Patch came out last night or something like that, talking about how they're going to fix some things. That game, you know, I know it's been a long development. I know there's been a lot, like one person turned into 40 and been 8 years or whatever like that. Nostalgia aside, you kind of see, like, in the way Sony was treating this game and the way it was, like, it didn't get the kind of the red carpet rollout treatment that other games that they might have backed or whatever that been there. It is what it is. I'm going to try to demo out and see. I like these combat games, but I'll see what it is. But I'm definitely going to try to demo out. I think a smart move about having a demo out there, because I think talking about day one patches and not having reviews out there, the best thing you do is get a demo out there, let people make the judgment themselves. And I think that's basically probably the best thing that they did was get that demo out there. Probably should have got out there sooner, but they probably wanted it with the day one patch. And that's right, Jack. Like, Sony looked at the last piece of Xbox. Somehow they chose to follow the strategy. So dumb. If you're the leader in the market. Yes, and Dreps, I did get the pre-order bonus thumbnail. I said placeholder. Really? Well, it was a really, because somebody said there was pre-order bonuses for it. It was like some skins and stuff. I don't know, Ron. I don't know how much there were. Again, they got nothing to lose, man. They could just wrap it up tomorrow. Just like they shut down Mixer. Dude, like, come on. Mixer. I always talk about how they spent millions of dollars on Ninja and Shroud like 4 months before they shut down the whole Mixer. Dude, they told Ninja to leave Twitch and they paid him. Talking about Gears. You want to talk about Gears? They held on to that campaign until Ninja could stream it on Mixer the night before it launched. Like, they paid all that money. I was like, oh, they're serious about Mixer. They spent all this money. And they shut it down like 4 months, 5 months later. Left everybody crying in the streets that moved their channels because they thought Mixer was a new thing. They could pull the plug on this whole thing and sell off all those assets in a heartbeat and not even blink an eye. Because Xbox is just, there's nothing there. This is a side piece. This is an experiment. And even more so, them partnering with Asus and stuff, they could care less if that thing friggin' sells. That's not their money. That's not their investment. They put a button on the box. They put a button on it. That ROG Ally just goes into oblivion right now. They don't care. They don't care. Hell, that software, it's basically a lab rat. It's a test. It's for them to experiment. Asus was sitting there going, okay, experiment this Xbox app on our shit before you roll it out. So we'll sell $1,000 hardware that's in beta while we sort out this Xbox full screen experience. And when it's polished and we got the feedback from the ROG Ally X owners that paid $1,000, then we'll ship it out to other handhelds. But thank you, Asus, for creating a beta, allowing us to beta test this app. That's what it is. They just want the feedback for how that Xbox app could be formed so that they could now slap it on every PC and do that full screen experience. But that ROG Ally is a beta device. That's what it is. That thing's going to be coming in hot. That Xbox full experience will be very basic, and they'll keep adding stuff to it until it's ready for prime time, and then they'll start shipping it and updating the app on other Windows handhelds next year. If it is next year, who knows? We're still waiting for the Xbox mobile store that was supposed to be on phones last year. So who knows with their timelines. But that's basically what they're doing. Because Windows is not, and it's a Windows device sale for them. And that's the thing. Microsoft's probably doing the best thing they can do with Xbox. They realize that the console's not selling the way they needed to do to even justify why it just keep it there. They're using it as a transitional device to get people to PC because that's where they want them to go. And if they get people to buy from the Windows store, which hence them pushing that Xbox app is exactly what they want to do. Because if the people buy from the Xbox store on a Windows device, man, that's just as good enough as making a game for Xbox because that's their store. Like, they kind of don't want you shopping from Steam, but they get a cut from that anyway. But if you buy the Xbox store on a Windows PC, that's just as good as being an Xbox because they get all that money from there. And they could easily coerce developers to go, hey, Windows Store, it's on every PC they've ever invented, pre-installed. Why not just make your game for Windows Store? And we got a front end on it. Yo, they are making, and also that other thing they just announced where they're making the Xbox all subscriptions cloud enabled. That is another transition move which is a good move because now the basic Xbox subscribers now have access to cloud, which means that games that they own as they get added to cloud, they will now, for the lowest tier of Game Pass, will have access to those cloud games, which is another transitional move by Microsoft by giving xCloud to all tiers of Game Pass. Now you get access to cloud. Now you're not going to get the day one games, but it means that games that you have in your library that are cloud enabled, you could play for any Xbox Live subscription, which is a smart move because now it's a transitional move because now you just got to be a basic Xbox Live core owner, whatever, and now you have access to cloud. Even though it's the worst cloud, NVIDIA, is a better one. Even the PlayStation one's better one. But they now offer that. So that's a smart move. Everything they're doing is a transition to make PC gaming better, to consolify PC gaming. That's why I say, Sony, PC is not a competition right now. We're not seeing lower, and meanwhile, NPD showed all their hardware's down year over year, even PlayStation. And I think GTA is going to light a fire on everybody's ass. So, I wouldn't panic too much. But the thing is that down the line, like Steven said, wait and see. Down the line, there's a valiant effort right now to try to make PC a more seamless, controller-friendly environment. And with these mini PCs, I have one. I have one with a 6600X or whatever like that. I use that as like my little arcade box. That one, it's a little PC that you plug it right into a thing, and it's the size of a, I don't know, it's the size of a smaller than a shoebox. It's a little square mini PC. And it has just enough to run some games on it at 1440p, and you could even plug it into eGPUs and things like that. So like the availability and the flexibility of that PC environment is there, and it's just going to keep going, keep evolving. So, you know, what's unique to you is going to be, oh, and yeah, I didn't want to talk about the PlayStation 6 and all that other stuff, but you know, because it seems like, you know, this Moore's Law is just running wild with all these things, and he's been accurate in the past and stuff, but again, talking specs and what it is, but like this Canis and the PlayStation, like the handheld and the other one, you know, it seems like Sony in the future is going to try to make a cost-effective console, because the thing is if they just keep pricing their console to the higher end, then PC will be an option and will be a direct competitor. They got to be cost to value. I mean, cost to productivity and output has got to be something that they really need to focus on. So if they could keep the cost down, but also the price to performance of the PlayStation 6 is there, that's going to be their thing to hang a hat on, because they can't go and say, oh, well, we got $1,500 consoles now. It's like, yeah, no. With the $1,100 consoles, it's like, you need to come in with like a $400 to $600 console that has the performance that's focused on, that you could get performance out of higher type of GPUs and things like that. The price to performance has to be there, and that's going to be what Sony needs to focus on if they want to get new consoles. But I don't know. You can't just keep outpricing consoles and put them on the high end and things like that, and because then PC is something that may be a consideration in the competition. So we will see, though. Like, again, it kind of sucks that we're talking about new consoles. Like that every time I see about the PlayStation 6 and the new handle, I'm like, oh fuck. I'm like, yeah, honestly, like, I love tech, but man, I can't stand when it's just hardware talk. Oh, this has this CPU units and this units and these gigawatts and stuff. And I was like, oh, who cares? What does that do for the games that will play? Like, what does that do? Because all I see is this shit that I was sold about this generation of consoles and experiences and GPUs is that we're going to have like ray tracing out the ass. And it's just like, you want to turn it off. They can't even get ray tracing right. And we're already halfway in or whatever into this generation. And we just heard this shit already. Like, what about the promises about the PlayStation 5 and the 40 series and the 50 series cards? What and the Xbox Series X, Dream More, whatever the hell it is, Fullness of Dreams. Those dreams are only a few years old. They're not coming to reality. And we see like Metal Gear Solid missing leaves and trees. And it's like, yo, what happened to this ray tracing, uncompressed pixels and beautifications and load? Like, what about all this shit? And we're talking about it again? Again? What's crazy is that we have, and again, this is just me, and here comes a grind on a Friday. It seems to me that we're getting more underperforming whack-ass games now than we got last gen. And by the way, these games are not looking light years better than last generation. But this generation seems to be more of like, oh, yeah, this don't work on PC. Oh, yeah, this has bad frame rate, Capcom and Dragon's Dogma. Unreal Engine 5's at it again. And it's just like, bitch, we are in the new, this is not like pre-game jitters. We are 5 years into this horse shit. And I feel like we got more non-optimized games for PCs and consoles than we've ever had before. And this is supposed to be the ray tracing. They can't even get Ray Charles tracing in this bullshit. I don't know what the hell we're doing over here. Ray tracing is the least of the problems. Get your game to run right before you start putting in some Ray Charles chasing and shit. But it's wild. I just find that we got more weird-ass optimized stuff going on. And I don't know if it has to do with development cycles. I don't know if it has to do with the tools. But all I know is that when they keep talking about the promises of the hardware and the capabilities, the software's got to be the results. And I don't know. Is it the spam of multi-platform development? Is it everybody trying to chum their game on as many places as possible on day one? And maybe they should do more of a tiered approach to optimize the games. Like you look at, what game was it? You know, Metal Gear, you look at these games, and it's like, well, it doesn't have widescreen support. It doesn't have the ability to turn off this and this and that. And there's expectations in PC gaming that are not being met. And is it why? Because you're trying to chum this stuff all over the place? Like maybe you should focus on PC first and then put it on console, or put it on console first, then put it on PC, so that you meet the expectations of those different platforms. Maybe putting it everywhere day one is not a great idea. Because you put it everywhere day one, you're compromising shit. Well, widescreen support's going to come later in a patch. The ability to toggle field of view, yeah, we couldn't get that in at the time. Dude, this is shit that PC gamers want. So you're going to get refunded, bitch. Maybe you shouldn't put it everywhere day one. Put it on PC with all those features, and then go put it on console. Or put it on console, and then put all that shit that PC gamers want. The tweaking and turning this off and adding the ray tracing and doing this stuff. Put it later. But instead, everybody wants to put their shit everywhere. Put it anywhere. Goddamn. Street corner. Put it anywhere. And it's just like, well, like maybe you should wait and optimize it to the expectations of the audience on those platforms. And stop chumming it. Everybody's so obsessed with getting their spamming their shit as many places as possible to wait for that blue whale. Stop hunting for the blue whale and get the quality fish. And you'll create virality. But you keep chasing for that little Timmy that's going to use his mom's credit card and buy all the microtransactions. You're looking for a whale and you're not going to find them. Maybe you do. Maybe you don't. But it's a risk. And you're better off making the game of quality for all audience members, and then the virality, and it will pick up from there. But I feel like these companies are all chasing this blue whale little Timmy with his mom's credit card, who's ready to buy all the skins. And they're chasing for this golden goose egg. We just got to find that little Timmy who got his mom's credit card for the weekend and will buy all the bucks I could sell him. Exactly, 8K. We don't even have 8K displays. Horseshit 8K. But this is the challenge that, you know, just it's maybe it's the congestion medicine. Maybe it's all my Tylenol. I don't know what it is. But I'm just like, I just like, you know, talking about more hardware and more shit, like, oh, like, come on. I don't get excited about it. And I'm not gonna, I'll mention it here and there, but I'm not gonna do like full ass, let's go break down the TUs and the SU. I don't give a shit. And I love tech, and I really don't care. Because none of that stuff means anything to any of us. I don't care. I don't know what their plan is. I don't know what they're gonna do. But all I know is that I feel like Sony, we shouldn't be talking about leaks of, like, start showing the gameplay. Let's get these games out. Let's make these games of quality and make them optimized for the hardware that you're shipping now. And you want to do some nice updates and here and there, do it. But I'm not talking specs, CUs, and tessellations and all horse shit. I feel like we do that. I feel like we do it every few years. Like come on. Meanwhile, the games they're putting out right now, we can't even get them running at 4K. 4K, remember native 4K when that was talking? Shit. Man. You do checkerboarding, you're bootleg. Checkerboarding was bitch move. You have to run native, man. You got to put the full 4K into it. You do some checkerboard and jank ass shit. And guess what? What are we doing now? DLSS 3.5, 3.7, 4.0, fucking FSRs, simulated frames. Let me do some pretend frames. Oh, AI's doing it. But they want all this money for this hardware so that software could fix all the bullshit to meet our expectations. We're doing all fake shit now. Fake frames, frame generate. We're just generating frames. Generate frames. Get that number up. Oh, your number's at 30? Well, watch this. Hit this button. It's at 60 now. We did it. We did what? We added frames. We anticipated that the guy was going to go from the left to the right, so we added more frames so your number on the screen looks like it's 60 and it runs like it's 60. Fixed it. Fixed it. But why does the game run like ass? Don't worry about it. AI is going to fix it. Just press that little button that says frame gen. Oh, it's not doing that? Well, don't worry. Here comes frame gen 2.0. We fixed the shit in the first one. Frame gen 2.0 gives me 60 frames. Wow. I want more. Well, guess what? Our new hardware has frame gen 3.0. Really? Yeah. It now takes your 30 frames that once was doing 60 frames, and now it will do 160 frames. Really? But I have a 240 hertz monitor. Well, say no more. Have I told you about Frame Gen 4.0? What? Yes. Only powered by the next gen graphics cards, but Frame Gen 4.0 will give you 240 frames. But the game runs like ass, but Frame Gen 4.0 will fix that. But it looks a little blurry. What? Hold on. Have you heard about FSR 4.567? No, I haven't. Yes. Run by GPU cores and CS frames. We are able to pull the power of the AMD processors and assholes to give you the power of FSR 3.751. Fuck, really? Yeah. So with the future of Frame Gen 4.0 and FSR 3.75123, we are able to give you 240 frames and 4K likeness for a game that runs like shit if you turn it all off at 30 frames, maybe 15, and ray tracing on. That is an incredible deal. And I don't know how we got to that, grinders, from native 4K, real 4K, checkerboarded 4K, and we got to all this other shit now. Well, just wait. DLSS 3.2 your mother's coming out. Oh, shit, really? Does it come with a plate of chicken nuggets? Yes, it is. You haven't seen anything yet. Wait for DLSS 5.67 cousin coming out. Holy shit, really? AI's fixing it all. So you're going to have the option to run like ass after $3,000 spent, and then you press the button that says, fix my shit. And then you press the fix my shit button, and the game runs good. And that's our future right now. So these devs are like sitting back right now going, oh, ship it. Why? Our game runs like shit. Don't worry, they got the fix the shit button. Oh, okay. Just our game runs like shit. Oh, what? Press this button right here. Oh, shit, it works. There you go. AI fixed it. Go to lunch, everybody. Who do you serving coffee in the living room? What's up, Matty Beast? Yes, the medicine going on. That's the power of AI. But that's what we've gotten into. I don't know what the fuck. Like, what the hell we're going on here? PSSR. And Sony doing the same shit. PSSR. Oh, it's not doing too good. Well, Sony. Well, let me tell you something. This is Mark Cerny. I got something for you. I know I talked about the SSD and the PSSR, but now have I told you about PSSR 2? We have taken the power of the PSS R1, and now with the power of the PlayStation 6, I'm able to introduce PSSR 2. Dude, that's gonna be Cerny next gen. He's like, wait, you haven't heard anything yet. I got something for you. He gonna pull PSSR 2 out his ass. And he's like, now, get ready. You haven't seen nothing yet. Oh, shit, Mark Cerny. Goddamn, Dana Carvey. This is what we're doing. We got all this simulated horse shit going on. I don't know. That's the future. But I'm all for it. Give me quality games. See, outside gaming night. Outside gaming night. Give me that PSSR2. I became a Southern Jezebel. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh man. Not the bootleg. Not the bootleg. Not the bootleg.
Another one. Like zoinks.
Man. Anyway. Not like this. And I have another question while I'm here. Man, it's gotta be my medication. I gotta take some meds. By the way, I think it was, hold on, let me go to the streets. Let me go to the streets here. I think, oh damn, what's this? What's this? Oh yeah, we got more stuff to talk about there. Oh man, I'm getting tagged in something. What is that? Oh, yes. I will be the special guest tonight on Porter Rock's show. Yes, thank you so much. So check me out. Gaming Grindhouse will be there. Not the bootleg. Me will be there. With the battle of the 70s. We're going to be the battle of the 77s. We're going there. So I'm excited to go on that show. So I'm going to rest up and get ready to go on Porter Rock's show tonight. I'm going to have a blast tonight. So check it on there. But you know what? One thing, Grinders, while you're here, I haven't seen our good friend. I don't know where he be. Where is Arome? Ever since I made this song, I have not seen Arome in the Grindhouse chat. And I got a song for him. Do you think I should hit that button and play it? Thank you, Michael Murray. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate that. Where is Arome? We got Aaron. He once I showed the picture of that girl holding up the cupcake, he's gone. Aaron.
Aaron.
I don't know where he went.
Where are you? Where is Aaron?
I showed them the picture. But where is that Arome? Another troll in the Gaming Grindhouse. Because I got a song for you, Arome. So whenever I see you, the music's coming your way. We got True Virgil left after I played his music. Hey, Aaron, I showed him the picture of that girl holding up the cupcake. He's gone right now. He's 3 lotions and a box of tissues in. Oh, shit, Aaron. I don't know what happened. I showed him FanFest, the girl holding the cupcake. He goes, whoa, and he put a little picture of a cat and a little penis thing, and he ran away. I don't know what happened to Aaron, but he's a box of tissues in, I heard. But I need some Arome. I want to get another troll in here. He earned a song. So when Arome gets in here, you tell him I got a music for him. Here it comes.
I don't mind. Get your ass out of here with all the bull you spread. Take a walk, take a walk, take a walk. I don't mind. Get your ass out of here with all the bull you spread. Take a walk, take a walk, take a walk.
Like that, you have to go back.
There you go. Hit that like button, Grinders. We're going to be on the show tonight, Porter Rock Show. Thank you again, Grinders. Thank you, Grinders. Hit that like button, share it out. Gaming Grindhouse is back in session. See you later tonight. Good night.